And welcome to the show. I guess the pre-show where we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about, get stoned, and probably talk a bit about physics. Last time the pre-show, Ryan and I just talked about our favorite stoner movies for like 45 minutes, which is fun. But today we're probably going to talk a little bit about physics.
I just realized I'm wearing my League of Legends shirt. I don't suppose we can talk about that.
Isn't that game that China sent to North America to watch us?
I don't.
No, that's
think
League of Shadows.
Raid
No.
Shadow Legends.
That's it. I knew Legends was in there. I don't game much. That's why I always feel guilty for even being on Twitch, but it's for more than gaming now. We were just talking about
Just for smoking weed too.
Yeah. We were talking about particle physics, or I guess theoretical particle physics. And what particles are on the yellow side of the table.
See, you keep referencing this yellow side of the table. I have a vague idea what table you're referencing, but
Tell you what, I will look it up while you
not even the color.
talk about theoretical particles and name a couple of them.
Oh my goodness, this is stuff I don't know as depth off the top of my head like that, but I think you're talking about the things like gluons and muons and the categorization.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need a much better one than that.
Is there a way you could probably a way to put that on the stream too?
I'm about to. So, what we are talking about are we're going to get a little educational here for a minute. Just let that upload. We're talking about particles. Our universe and everything that around us and makes up all of the universe are particles. And even though this is a ping, which is awesome, this is not Higgs boson, gluon. So here are realized and actual, I don't remember what the difference between purple and green are. I totally should. We can look at one that we can actually read. Quarks, leptons, gauge bosons, scalar bosons. Scalar, sorry. Interactions and forces and the three generations of matter.
So okay, wait. There's this 6 quarks. All right, electron. See, I don't really know what the standard model of elementary particles is from because it wasn't something I specifically studied or saw things classified this way. Photon. But I mean, I know what most of
these. I know what all these are. I don't really know what these are.
That's the 6 quarks that all particles are made of. So, like any pair of them makes a proton or a neutron.
This looks like the unlimited life's code for the up down.
The mu. The quarks have strange names. Up, down, truth, beauty.
Literally, one of their names is strange.
Yeah, strange. And what's the last one? Charm?
Bottom. Charm, bottom, down, up, and top.
Okay, well, there's also more.
So this diagram was showing that we have anti-strange and a whole bunch more, which I'll gladly bring up this one to put on the screen. This is awesome that we're just having a physics talk as well.
Yeah, but these models are showing me these. They're not anything I've seen really before. Other than the individual parts of them. I've just never seen them classified this way or why.
Or put together this specific way.
Yeah.
Up, down, charm, strange, top, bottom, anti-down, anti-up. I guess they're just the inverse of each other. Anti-muon, I've never...
I guess this is just someone else's theory of what they could be.
But these are all what everything's
blocks.
Made of.
Yeah, very basic. The assembly instructions if you're doing.
And then the rules they follow are the 4 forces.
Yeah, there's 4 forces that everything has to.
Well, I'm trying to, if we're going to quickly have a physics talk, I'm trying to think of how do we relate physics to people really, really quickly in a couple sentences. These are the building blocks and these are the rules.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And the 4th forces being gravity, electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, and the weak nuclear force. And everything's based off of that.
And then they all work to a certain extent, and then they fall apart, which is where our 5th, the uniting force or theory would come in.
I don't know exactly all the details about that, but I think, it's under the most extreme conditions, like say the first second of the universe, the rules were different. So something tells us, okay, the way we understand things aren't exactly perfect because that difference we can't explain.
Was it you or my father-in-law that told me about a book that takes place in that second?
Me.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like a whole civilization lived in a heartbeat of the universe.
Oh, it's in like 1/1000th of a second that their whole civilization existed. And it's after the universe has been going a while. And then the story takes place in that sliver that still is only like, say, 40% of the way through 1 second. And that's where the whole generational story takes place.
And that's why I like Carl Sagan / Neil deGrasse Tyson's the calendar year of the universe, because we are that sliver. Like that,
Yep.
I feel like that story, without even reading it, is a metaphor for humanity. We are a sliver in the grand scheme of what's happened in the universe, and we take so much upon ourselves to feel important in it. And that's what nihilism is all about, kids. We are not important.
But it's fun to smoke bongs on Twitch.
Oh my God, yes. I'm glad we are here. I'm just saying, I don't think the universe actually cares that we're here.
Oh,
Unless we're in a simulation and someone wrote this all and we're in the Matrix.
There's a way we can show other Twitch channels in our Twitch, I think. I've seen people do that.
Oh, that's what started this whole conversation, was what Dr. Gates, not Bill, who is not a doctor, not saying anything, just pointing out real world information. Bill Gates is not a doctor. Dr. Gates, which I forget his fucking first name all the time.
No, James. Sorry, James.
Dr. James Gates discovered. I only saw a talk with him and Neil deGrasse Tyson. You ended up looking into it more and would understand it better. But the basis of it is that there's self-correcting code that was found in the universe, sort of.
I don't necessarily know if it's.
Well, that's the idea of what a compiler is, right? Like
it's more. Excuse me. The way that you showed those 6 quarks or 12, which depending which model, they're saying they found a way to kind of relate those 6 building blocks to, say, 6 simple, like, okay, do you know what a Turing computer is?
Yes.
Yeah. So or maybe I got, sorry. Is that the one where it prints the thing on a piece of paper and you can only move right and you can overwrite its memory square or not? Are you familiar with that concept at all?
No, the Turing computer is like
The test of AI in a person's room?
no. It's like it was like the first functioning computer, but it's all mechanical.
Okay, let me.
That's a Turing, yeah, because it's a Turing machine.
To explain James' thing here, yeah. So there's a mathematical model of the basic. Remember I was talking about optimal stuff earlier?
Yeah.
What's the optimal smallest way you can have a computer that can do all the things that happens in your Pentium or whatever they're called now, i7, i9?
Wow, way to date yourself.
I know, right?
How fast is your 386?
I don't keep track of the latest greatest because I just play Minecraft. I don't need it.
Do you remember being impressed by someone having a P2?
Oh yeah, when I got my first, I was one of the first. It was
Of course you would, yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, so I forget. I think it's called a Turing computer, and you can have a piece of tape that's infinite, and you can either write a 1 or a 0, or you can move right and compare it to the last. Like that's basically all you need to be able to compute everything. Everything can be boiled down to something.
Yeah, that's okay. That I know the Turing idea to be it can compute anything.
Yes. So what Dr. James Gates seems to have found is that those quarks and base things. Well, that's just maybe one of the.
This is Alan Turing's code breaking computer.
So that's just a machine that can compute. It's not the. I'm talking about a concept that you can read about in textbooks.
Okay.
This is the basic.
Oh yeah, that machine's the
what difference engine, was that it?
No, the
Babbage.
This like Alan Turing is the person that
invented all this stuff
that we're talking about. That was his machine used in World War II to decode the Nazi communications.
So here's the cool thing James Gates seems to have found. He's saying he can relate the quark up, down, stream, whatever, to some of the actions of a Turing machine. But instead of computing, he can relate it to the basic physics forces and construction of things. So all those things are related, and he's saying they're all. I think I found a way to express the nature of the universe in terms of the base instructions a computer needs to be able to do things and relate it to physics, and that's why it's so exciting. That's the code that he thinks he's found in the universe. He's like, I'm finding.
So I mean, is that just finding the functions of nature and us naturally?
But their own rules are encoded in them.
No, I mean, okay, so
which is amazing.
Okay, I was talking about this the other day, like the joke I was making about how we're disconnected from the wireless system of the world.
If there was a consciousness that Earth had, we're not a part of it anymore. That animals can share.
I mean, we can observe a field that gives and relates information.
What are you talking about? EM fields?
The magnetic fields.
Like just magnetic fields everywhere. Yes,
yeah, the polar magnetic fields of our planet, not small ones. I mean, the gigantic. We can the birds.
I measured it in school.
Yeah, exactly.
It was cool, and you calculated what it should be, and then you learn how to use the tools, and they're like, okay, here's how you calibrate it to the Earth, and try it, and it shows up the math you did. It was amazing.
So I mean. And we use that concept again in GPS and so on and so forth, right? So, I mean, we have in past either observed nature and used it in our intelligent design, or after making intelligent design, observed it in nature.
Yeah.
Is this just another case of this where we naturally, if this is the compiler, like I call it the compiler code of the universe, was it inherent already in our consciousness because it's there? So he's just the first one to finally make the relation? Or is this proof of simulation theory, red box theory, whatever you want to call it?
And my understanding is, and even interpretation a bit of it is, you can't really have that stuff pop up just by, like, to have it be a consistent logical computing model the way but related to physics. I mean, maybe there's no other way the universe could exist unless that's the truth of it. But we've never thought of it in that terms before, and it does seem to point towards some sort of design.
Or is intelligent design how the universe naturally happened? Like that, it could have only happened in this intelligent way. Like there's order. We continuously look for order inside this chaotic thing. The galaxies, the universe, it all seems really chaotic until you start analyzing it. And then you realize that there's all these little subroutines happening. So
I'm trying to think if this is
true. To say those subroutines are written, or are they just the only way that they could have happened?
And that's what I'm trying to say. That's the question that then arises. But I think that I want to listen to him talk, because I swear he said at some point, and he gave a good reason
we actually can.
Yeah, why you can't have this. It just seems too the way we were talking earlier about that scientific standard of 0.5, and it has to meet this criteria. This is so outside that being naturally arising. That's, I think, the problem with it is.
Again, at any point, if someone types bongo time in the chat, we will indeed smoke bongs. Now, this is the actual chat. I don't know how to make this come up in there, though.
Oh, but it's probably too long and to find this.
Oh, I can share screen. That's right.
This is something I should watch at home and then find the highlight.
That's only 3 minutes.
Oh, all right. Well, then I doubt he's going to see the interesting thing I heard.
Share screen. Share screen.
But man, the first time I heard about his idea of relating all these, I'm like, oh my God.
Chrome tab.
That's actually how it could work.
Nice.
I'm curious about how far this goes back for each of you, your fascination with mathematics. Jim, can you remember back to your childhood? Was there a moment when it suddenly hit you?
So again, we're just watching a quick clip on oh wait. Well, this is the power of mathematics. I think this is where Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't on the stage right now. I've watched this clip like 4 times. Is the universe mathematics simulation?
There have been various models about how the cosmos is structured.
So simulation theory, and this is Dr. James Gates, who is now retired, but kind of found some really cool shit in the universe. Let's hear
over
him talk
the
about it.
centuries. And,
This is
at
what
one point, people talked about the clockwork universe that we lived in. And now the computer is often the metaphor for how the universe is structured. And Jim, I know you've done some work on this whole idea of maybe we should take that idea more seriously.
No, we shouldn't. But you forced me to a point where I have to speak. So I don't know how familiar the audience is with some of my research, but leading a group of both mathematicians and physicists about 10 years ago, we found an extraordinary result in some of the equations that are part of string theory. As I said, what I really do is I work on a subject called supersymmetry. So it's got symmetry in it, but it's got more symmetry than you probably should want to ever see. In the mathematical context of such equations, we have discovered that there are mathematical structures that are indistinguishable from error-correcting codes, as does occur in digital information transmission and establishing reliable digital information transmission. And because of this, many people have concluded that the work that I and my team completed means that the universe in which we live must resemble the science fiction movie The Matrix, where we're all some kind of simulation of some program running. And
not, but
so at this point, he's saying there's a communication ability of information in the universe that would point to the idea that we're in the Matrix, but no, we're not. And he's about to explain further why, but we were talking during the part where he just explained that, so I might. Yeah.
That's exciting for a lot of people.
It's
and
a little unnerving.
Well, and then there, of course, you have Bostrom, Nick Bostrom, a philosopher who has really, put this point front and center for the public and for.
He says the computers will take over.
Yeah. It basically says that we're all just simulations. I like to point out to people a couple of things with that that I find problematic with that. One is if you accept that, then you have to also accept the existence of ghost.
Existence of
ghost. Edgar Allan Poe, Ghost.
Oh, okay.
Ghost. Right?
Why, Jim?
Because if we are simulations, there's some kind of substructure that we don't have access to that runs us as an app. So when we die, what does that mean? It means that particular app was ended, that the app stopped running, right? But if that underlying superstructure still exists, and if there's no damage to the codeware, whoever is running this superstructure can re-enable a app, let's say Jim Gates 500 years from now. So Jim Gates comes back as a ghost. It's built into the idea that the universe is a simulation. This doesn't sound like the universe I exist in. So although many people like to say my work supports simulation theory, I actually believe that it's pointing to something far more beautiful and subtle about the nature of the laws of physics.
you heard it here. Ghosts are real.
If you believe that we're in a simulation, you must also believe that ghosts are real,
or at least capable.
And I mean, it's really funny because he's pulling that right from the Matrix, also though.
Yeah,
because in the Matrix they explain that. By the way, later this evening we're going to be talking about the Matrix and Hawkeye and Spiderman, which I'm not sure why I didn't grab all three of these individually, but right now we're just talking some physics talk and simulation theory. I guess this leads right into the Matrix. I'm not even sure why I keep qualifying it. Like I didn't mean to talk about it, but simulation theory, or like we've talked about so many different versions of what it's going to be or how it's going to work out.
But that's why it's so exciting to find that maybe the base particles encode some sort of logic that allows physics to unfold. Because then it does seem like we're in some sort of thing that was booted up.
But I want to be in the red box.
But we can be the same way more. Oh, I don't want to do spoilers.
But I want to be in the red box.
Yeah, but
I want us to be in the red box. But I mean, okay, so
technically we are.
It's so weird Okay, so here just to really quickly break down the idea of the red box is that in a sea of like the idea, if you believe that there could be simulations, then there's no way that we're the one about to make it. Like we're in a simulation of like inside most likely multiple layers.
If you can make a simulation, we're going to simulate the Earth sooner or later, and then that simulation might make another simulation inside it. So it just might keep going down,
like Rick and Morty's teeny verses and microverses.
And the original one at the top is the red box, and everything else is just a simulation inside.
Oh my god! What if you actually harvested like a solar system inside? Like, what if you actually did the science like Rick and Morty suggests, that you could can a universe inside this container and speed it up, and then find a planet in there that had life on it? Are you God?
Yes.
But I mean, like, I grow plants. Am I the plant's God?
Well, you're part of a bigger system that's closed.
So wouldn't you still be? You're just using the physics available to you to create something.
Yeah, and you just give me the idea that the way particles are always in vacuums in space, or any vacuum, constantly creating and annihilating each other, like a
blinking in and out, which is
you could create a whole universe maybe in that time scale and create energy from it, but also have it still balance the equation because it has to go somewhere. It has to be canceled out eventually, but you can.
Are you suggesting a battery made of a vacuum and forcing particles to blow up
and create universes?
Yeah,
that you then harness the energy.
So, like, your car battery would be a small hadron collider. Well, that's what you're suggesting as a battery, because I love this idea.
That would be one way to achieve it, but maybe there's other ways that are easier.
Oh my god, think about it in the racing and car modification world, right? Like how people had NOS and shit. Like people would be at home fucking with their hadron
and they're just creating endless universes.
And one accidentally makes the black hole that just, like just eats enough energy to start fucking with shit on Earth, like just screw our gravity a little bit.
I was thinking more of the whole existence of these mini universes existing and ceasing to desist just to power some race cars.
That makes me even happier. That's a great idea.
Like billions long from their perspective, history comes and goes while that little universe.
Anytime you have a vacuum such as space, or in the identical conditions as space, particles are just automatically doing this energetic.
Yeah, that's what Hawking
cycle. Radiation
is.
Yeah,
and what he discovered.
So, like, can you create a vacuum that this will just start naturally happening?
It happens every vacuum. You can,
like, inside my
dustbuster. Yeah, it's.
Oh my god! Oh, come on, that was a little funny. You laughed.
But that's how black holes dissipate over time, because the creation and annihilation happens right near the edge, and one half gets pulled in and shrinks the black hole a little bit, and the other gets off, and that's the one that's called Hawking radiation.
Yeah,
and then we've detected that, and he was proven right
to prove the decay of even black holes.
That even black holes shrink over time.
Entropy. Nothing escapes entropy.
Yeah, even black holes.
Yeah. So what we thought was but black holes are supposed to be the great collectors.
They're just a collection of mass in an infinite point.
But it's not an infinite point if Hawking radiation is correct.
No, it is. It just will disappear so that there's no mass anymore.
But wouldn't that mean that there was nothing there anymore?
Yeah. Like there'll be.
But black holes are supposed to be the big recorders. Like it's supposed to be this endless record player.
No, they eventually go away.
This is what we thought. I know Hawking kind of screwed up a beautiful idea. I feel like black holes have always been something that movies and stuff have made out to be these.
They romanticize them.
Well, I was thinking they made them scarier than they actually are.
Yeah, they're
like
more dangerous.
Spaghettification and shit. I mean, the idea is that, and now we're talking about a time period that is infinite in our sense of time.
They're not even more dangerous than a big planet, or a star.
A big star, yeah.
But it's just, you can't really see them until you start detecting there. And as long as your ship has sensors, you're not going to come near one.
What about anything that actually ends up crossing the horizon of a black hole?
The event horizon, which is within kilometers of the core.
Yeah. But it is thought to be drawn out over an infinite time before we figure out Hawking radiation. So I mean, no,
that still happens. The Hawking radiation just shows the whole shrinking.
Meaning that if this is not, if it means that if you don't get shrunk down to a single particle and then get sent out the other side and recollected into new information, it means inevitably, instead of being this literally playing record of information, it's just lost.
I guess I'm not sure why you keep calling it a record player. It's just
because I think of it's the idea that you're kind of stuck in a gravitational pull that comes down to an infinite center. But like,
the recording of you, because
all the information that, even though, because I'm thinking of it as just the particles themselves, but like all the information is kept on the face of the black hole.
But think about this: the reality of what is captured in that space has already been something that looks like it's gone through a million meat grinders.
Of course.
So I mean, what are you recording? You're recording a certain state of decay, of a mush of stuff.
Do you know how sad and desolate it is to know that the idea that maybe we don't retract, and if we continue to expand the way we are, we'll just be blackness?
That's the heat death. I think that's what.
If humanity lives 150 generations, how many? I don't know. It'd be like 500 generations, 1,000 generations. Let's say we had to go underground for a while and came back out. They may not know about other galaxies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Inevitably, they might not know about
other stars.
Period. Like there might be a flicker so far away that they can't tell why it's there.
I mean, that's so many billions of years. We're not talking about humans.
I don't know why I look at the universe that way, but it's like anxiety ridden. Like it just makes anxiety to think of it this way. Like it will all be erased. There will be no memory of anything. Like the universe will entirely end.
Merry Christmas.
Dude, we always never mind. So it's give me 2 seconds just to click over. Merry Christmas. What is this? Thank you.
No worries.
You could, I would have flipped the screen for a second there.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
It's a Marvel puzzle of New York's Avengers, New York.
Jesus
so
Christ.
I figured it'd be good for the table.
Well, that'll be a fucking 8-hour.
That looks amazing.
Wait, what year is this? How old is this?
800
The Avengers.
Eight plus. Okay, like
we're
pretty high. We're pretty high. Like we can't do puzzles for like 12 plus.
800 pieces. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have never completed a puzzle in my life.
Are you serious?
Three of us
Not
can help,
alone.
I'm sure when we're here and we're high. And
My mom or whoever is helping me start it usually finished it. I meticulously did the taping and the board stuff after it was done, but I've never had a 3D puzzle either.
It's 4D, which means time's involved or something, I guess.
How is it 4D?
I think I saw 40 on the front somewhere.
What? How is it 4D?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's 4D, yeah.
How?
So this is all flat, and then it pops out.
I know, that's 3D.
I don't know.
I'm like,
I don't know.
can we also go to other dimensions? Like, can we go to other...
The helicarrier is
wait.
there, and the Avengers Tower.
Is the multiverse in here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that would be 40.
Oh my god, you imagine there was hinges and you can kind of do like the Doctor Strange, like that would be 40 also.
Inception, but yeah, Doctor Strange now.
No one cares about James Cameron. I'm kidding.
I'm the only one not wearing my
Thanks,
Shang-Chi
buddy.
shirt.
I know, like you're the only one not on theme for this evening's topics.
Yeah, we're both Shang-Chi.
So we're talking about
physics.
physics
Okay, what's the physics?
and the beauty or the idea that a black hole infinitely records, but it doesn't, and that the universe means nothing and will end with no record and no trace.
It records the garbage it's receiving, but it's garbage. It's no relation to what was feeding.
Our history is garbage.
Yeah, I'm just referring to a mess of stuff.
Bongo
yes.
time. Pearson's just showing up. Your bong's right down there.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, bud. You didn't have to.
Oh,
I mean,
this is the weed I forgot to smoke with Zach last night, so it's not
all right.
good.
Well, thanks. We will definitely put this
And
together on
there's
air,
also
which
the-
it is a Avengers 3D puzzle. Oh man, I don't want to open it though. The collector in me is just like, but I should put it on the shelf. And
But
not
it's a
open
little
it.
bit damaged, so that's okay.
But it
Yeah,
hasn't
the
been
box,
opened.
But that means you can open it.
See?
yeah, the box is a little damaged. So that was it.
That's
Like,
fine.
Unless it's just been repacked, which that actually looks like repacked. So okay, I feel okay. It looks repacked. I'm good with it. Okay.
Alright.
I was like, if it was 10 out of 10, man, that's going on the fucking shelf. We ain't opening shit.
Yeah, something for sure.
Speaking of which, did you ever open the chess set?
No, not yet.
That's in there.
That's for you two. That will get opened when you guys are ready to play a game of chess. We just have to remember to bring it here because this is where we record right now.
We're playing a game of Civilization 6 right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I guess this is sort of the Christmas episode, so close enough, right?
Yeah.
And my other one is, I can pull a dab out of this one. Oh, good, a unicorn.
I wasn't sure if I was going to give you a Christmas tomorrow or today, but I gave Zach's present last night, so I figured I'd give you tonight too.
Well, thank you, sir.
You should. I gave you a Steam gift card.
Oh, nice.
So, and there's a huge Steam sale on games. Are some games are 90% off.
Is that? I think I got an email. Was it like the $50 card?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it. I thought. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And of course, the Unicorn Hunter pens come from our sponsor, Mad Dab Labs. Thanks to him for all the weed and accoutrement.
Pearson, though, I got a $30 game for $3 today.
What?
The Steam sale.
All right, I gotta check this out tomorrow.
So spend all that money before Christmas because I think that's when it
We
ends.
just back up if I. Good to know.
You're a strange Santa Claus, sir. Lots happened this week. Nerd culture is blowing up.
Oh yeah.
We had spoil. You know what? I know how that'll look a little better like that. No wait, no, I gotta put that on. Nope, that will not work together. It's two overlays. Yeah. Anything we talk about from here on in most likely will have spoilers attached to it.
Big time spoilers for Spider-Man, Matrix, and Hawkeye. Huge.
Marvel in general and Matrix. So
we're up on everything, and today is spoiler
first off,
central.
the one we always talk about on these days is Hawkeye. So we will talk about that and how Hawkeye affects the world. Hi, my love. We do film out of my basement on these days because we can't use the studio just yet, not until the new year. So
Definitely.
when we can put up more walls and better filtration. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. My wife got me a whole bunch of bandanas.
Nice.
I very childishly wore bandanas around my wrist since I was about 14. And I just never stopped. I don't know why. That's my wife pulling the hook, yeah. Wow. That's what I get for opening up a new pen and clearing out the old one right to my head. So yeah, we're talking about Hawkeye. First off, we were told that Hawkeye was supposed to have to wait. Like, you got to see Spider-Man in the middle. Like, they left a lot of hints that there was going to be something changed.
I did not see
nothing.
What was supposed to happen, in the Spider-Man movie when he gets the new suit and swinging, it's supposed to be real time with the Hawkeye, but I guess they cut that scene.
I mean, you see, the last thing Spider-Man flies over is where they have their final battle
It should
on
be the
their ice
Christmas
ring.
thing, yeah.
The tree?
That's the only thing we got.
At 30 Rock. So
That tree was holy moly.
It was a
is that
big tree.
big.
yeah, you've never seen the tree at 30 Rock?
I guess I have. It's just been a long time.
It's only in every movie about Christmas ever.
Which I haven't seen in years.
True enough. Because bah humbug.
But when you see him stuck up in it, you're like, that is 6 stories.
All I could think of as that tree fell over was, wow, Jackass, but not as good. I saw Jackass do this on the TV show.
Well, he would have
And
died
Bam and
falling
stuff.
into the tree from the height he fell. No human can survive that.
Well, I mean, sure they could.
It was 20 stories at least he fell into the tree.
But it didn't fall. It wasn't falling. It wasn't a free fall.
Yes, it was. He was
No, because she only cut 4 of 6 wires. I'm literally explaining it because I watched it twice. I've seen it a couple times. But she didn't cut all the wires, so it wasn't a free fall. As the tree shaped, they were gonna pretend it's just a straight up triangle instead of working in a 3D world. Okay, make this a little easier. But as the tree's angle would have fallen to the ground, it also in turn would have cushioned and softened the
Wait, are you
counterpoint
talking
at the
about
end.
the time the tree fell, or when he originally falls into the tree?
Oh yeah, no, died on the way in.
That-
For
yes,
sure. And then
yes.
the fact that there's wires every 8 feet keeping that 9,000-pound tree up. Yeah, no, dies on the way in, survives the
Okay,
fall out.
that's all I wanted to.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, no, totally.
And an acrobat could roll with it and change the force and soften the blow, because he came out of it in this cool role.
Also, in the storyline of the swordsman and Hawkeye, Hawkeye kind of plays the role of Robin to Batman, except in the circus. Like they're actually Hawkeye's in the circus. That's how he learns to be a vigilante the way Robin does by doing trapeze.
And
shit.
we have in the Twitch history our predictions on whether Jack would actually be involved in the evil plot or a patsy. And I predicted patsy, and he ended up being a great fighter.
What was each of our predictions?
You said you were theorizing whether he would be involved with the dirty dealings of Kingpin and stuff, and in cahoots.
Didn't I just say full on idiot Patsy?
No, I didn't.
And then go to good and then become good guy.
No, and it's on record.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I thought I did. I have no idea what I said. I don't
my
remember.
argument was he's a white man, so he has to be the idiot Patsy. And that was my criteria, and paid off.
Hey Ryan.
But on time. I was about to say that. That's what works. We need to get the dab time.
Oh crap! I meant to design a flat panel to send to you to turn into that.
No, okay.
Ryan, what did you think of Goat vs. Fish?
Go versus this.
What is
It
Goat
was
versus
interesting. Yeah.
It was that Twitch thing I was saying. It's almost like a religion.
Oh,
The crazy person.
He's literally, it just says goat versus fish, basically 50 times. Since me watching it for 10 minutes.
stay lifted, stay lifted, stay lifted. You guys not gonna chant? Actually, we just wrote a song that involves chanting. Bigfoot's next show,
Oh,
we're gonna need people to come up on stage and start chanting and handing out hats.
you should put Bigfoot Portal on for an hour. Talk to him about doing an hour stream, and then I'll get you on for the next Catter Day if I can.
In January, yeah. I don't know when we're playing again, when we're jamming again, but we're filming a music video next month, which I can't.
You guys can fill an hour, right?
By the way, you can't go to Toronto that Saturday. I need a filming assistant. I'll remind you again and again, but for both music videos, you should probably be around to help out, given your background in film.
Fair enough.
Sweet. Every time we're filming something, it's did you know this? Yeah. Didn't you think you'd want to be here? Oh, didn't think I needed to. Oh my god. I now have more film experience than him because he doesn't show up to stuff, even though he had way more than me to begin with.
Oh, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking. I do not have nearly as much as you, but I started writing a script today, but we're going to talk about Hawkeye.
And the physics of how he would have died in a couple of those falls.
What about Kingpin?
Well, that's what I was saying. We start out with the whole you can go home, almost like she's mad at him, you're not a good enough person. And then he's like, what are you talking about, Kate? We're partners. And then you get the hoorah rah,
We're
happy moment. But so all of this episode
His costume looked good.
is leading to one thing and one thing alone. And it leads to the last sentence that Hawkeye says.
I don't remember.
The last sentence, because she is, she keeps pitching ideas for her name. And he said, I have an idea about that.
And then it goes.
And then it cuts.
Hawkeye.
Well, yeah, that's the point, is that in the comic book, she takes on the moniker
Yep.
of Hawkeye. It's passed down to her. So this whole episode was the final training of, here's how you make trick arrows.
Is she Lady Hawk? Who's Lady? I've heard that name before.
That might have been one. No,
That's one of the ones she suggested.
That's his wife.
Oh.
That's why she had.
But she suggested it as a name.
Okay, did anybody else notice that she's Agent 19?
Who is?
No
who's
one
Agent
pays
19?
attention.
I don't know who Agent 19 is.
Well, no, it just says it right on the back of her Rolex.
Oh, her. That's what.
Laura's
You thought it was
Rolex.
going to be to the vault of the Avengers. Maybe.
I said
In Avengers
yes. I
Tower.
thought that's why he wanted it, was to open a vault, but it was
Okay,
a
wait,
vault
so
of
you're telling me-
information.
First of all, I didn't even see the engraving on the watch. So it says Agent 19.
I'm guessing that the number on the back of the watch is a reference to agent number. I'm not really
And
sure.
is that who Lady Hawk is in the comics?
No, I theorize that she could have been Lady Hawk
Then
or
it
a
would
shield
be
agent.
weird because Kate
Agent
Bishop.
19. I love that the
Yeah.
AI is listening to us. Which Mockingbird, sorry.
Okay. So who's Lady Hawk? Because
No
Kate
idea,
Bishop
sorry.
pitches it as a possible.
Just a bad idea, I'm guessing.
I like that name a lot. I was like, well, that's cool. I hope she sticks with that one.
Why do you have to categorize anything about their gender?
Oh, I didn't even think of it that way. It just sounds cool. It's like Superman. I don't care.
Well, there's just no. I don't think there's a comic where she is, or there might be a comic where she's at. I just know that she inevitably becomes Hawkeye.
Okay, but I think Lady Hawk's cooler. And why name? It's just confusing when it's two people.
Okay, so Miles Morales is Spider-Man. Is that confusing to you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, man, just read 800
Why couldn't
more.
he be Spider Boy or Spider Dude?
Because Superman and Batman and
And there's
everybody else
Spider
already
Man,
did that.
another one with gender. So Lady Hawk's fine.
I was just joking about that.
Yeah, I know.
And I do love that we're in a world where it made you question. Anyways, no, we don't talk about that here. Zach said take bongo time. And
But that was for this.
Yeah, I know, and you hit it. Back to Hawkeye.
I think we might need to do the volume on that a little lower.
I don't know how to change individual volumes of videos, but according to everybody out there, it sounds good when we do this stuff. So I've asked Jesse and people watching. But yeah, so we're spoiling Hawkeye right now. Yeah, so I think this whole episode was just essentially their final training and passing on the torch for her to take on the full-time handle of Hawkeye.
Lady Hawk.
If you, write Feige, see if he'll answer. Maybe Kevin Feige will show up tonight and talk to us. Who knows?
She pitched it for a reason.
What you doing there, bud?
Excuse me.
Just go in on touch.
So the trick arrows. Actually, I sent you an email. You should hit the link in the email.
I got just as excited
in
as she did when I realized he could make more. And then they showed the cool montage of making it. I wanted this.
Okay, so I feel like Marvel missed an opportunity, and they could have just make sure you have that muted unless you leave the area. I feel like Marvel missed you have to type your name there if you actually want to come in the area. Missed an opportunity for yet another direct cameo or something, like, because like he says, I'll have to ask. Oh, by the way, can we talk about the murders in Hawkeye? Spoilers, but the straight up, like, they shrink people and a fucking owl
takes off
steals them. So like, boom, they're fucking.
Yeah, turn down more.
No.
There you go.
Sorry.
Like, I can even add you in here and just mute your mic. I'm high. There you go. If you click the link, you can have your own personal cam too. There's a certain level of meta we could get. So and I can keep doing this. I know, go here.
Oh, like I was telling you yesterday, if you check out Sushi Dragon, you get a VR thing controlling a drone to watch monitor. I was watching from a third camera through my phone projected onto my TV. And that's how he was reading chat and interacting with it.
So, I mean, everyone's got their thing that they seem to enjoy. It wouldn't probably be something I'd watch because you're just watching him watch himself, right?
Yeah, he kind of talks about the technology and he's just experimenting and doing crazy things. He's very creative and just talks about all the ideas he has. And there's cool drones are getting so advanced now. He's got one like this that has real-time streaming camera. It can go like 60 kilometers an hour. And he's bringing it up to his face. And like, it's very fun control. He says there's very low latency. They're finally, because he gets the best current tech, right? And it's just exploding. And
Oh, didn't know I did that.
All right. I just don't think I ever need that level of. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a stream of him watching himself. And playing with toys, I get it. But
Oh well,
and I've seen some of what he does. Oh wait, is this the same guy that like his girlfriend's in the background mad at him sometimes? He'll go like 14 hours straight. And...
yeah, he does music performances too, and he live edits. And he does. It's crazy. He's alone in a warehouse doing interpretive dance, and he makes it look cool with all the effects and stuff.
I am yet to see the evidence of that final statement, but it is interesting as shit, but not as interesting as Hawkeye. Which I want to put up his picture. We can't yet.
Have you watched drone racing? There's like obstacle courses with rings and stuff, and
well, I mean, I used to do it with our C cars, and
yeah, so it's now with those
now it's just in the air, yeah.
Drones. And man, they whip
I mean,
around.
like I've seen. I don't think can we actually take your volume off entirely? No. Right.
I don't. That's what I tried to do. Like,
You do that.
So I can leave.
Like the speaker.
Yeah, but
Like it won't mute it.
oh,
Like,
right.
It says mic is muted, but it won't.
It won't go all the way down. It leaves
Yeah.
some volume on.
I can just go off. Like,
Yeah, I just come out of there.
Yeah.
That was funny, but we can go back to full
Yeah.
mode here.
Right.
So we're back to our full. But anyways, yeah, like, that's just a really micro version of like like it's just trick flying.
Yeah. But man, these things whip around like UFOs because they're just so fast, and the people who control them are so good at it now. Like he was showing samples of it on his channel. It's like, man, I got to go watch some drone racing because that was fucking awesome.
Like, yeah, I can see how that'd be fun to watch.
And they're just like whipping around and like going through, you know, these guys know the course very well with all the rings and shit. That's beautiful.
Well, I mean, we'll move it out.
Very excited.
Oh man, and the weed I got from Jesse yesterday, it's always so beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we're smoking tonight. I got some of it.
Yeah, this is from our sponsor, Mad Dad Lab. Definitely go check them out. They have the best bud in town. Very Simcoe County, York region, all around.
They will ship worldwide. Little dusties.
Well done.
Good. Just pack a little bottom to keep that in.
Mostly crystal. All right.
Remember, everyone, never smoke more than you can. There's no bravado to smoking. You just need to be as high, as comfortable as you want to be. The idea that there's a certain amount or a way to hit it. I smoke full bowlfuls. He smokes half bowlfuls. Zach does whatever he does at the moment without any real logic.
It's true.
For the most logic-minded of us.
Allegedly.
I mean, when you get to the base level of understanding, can you at least cover your mouth? Not for any other reason than volume at the microphone. And that is why you only smoke what you can. I don't like the cough. However, kind of worked in reverse there because I
I
hit
did
the
too
biggest
much.
bowls. But
I did too
anyways.
much.
Oh, you also didn't use a backer, so you probably hit all that. Fun. So thank you, Mad Dad. That was very good. So tonight we are talking about Hawkeye. And the episode kind of starts off with a lot of Kingpin. And I'm okay with that because Vincent D'Onofrio is really good as Kingpin. I can't believe how much they upplay his footsteps. Like the tiniest of shuffle, and you hear thump. Another tiny shuffle, thump. Like, come on, like. But he's mass, right? He's just this solid mass. So
I would like to apologize. He seemed gigantic on the screen. Fighting her, I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize this guy was this big.
Well, like even in the comics, like he's supposed to be like 7 feet, and he's
Yeah.
a bodybuilder.
Well, I wanted him to be
Olympic
in-
bodybuilder. I think he's Olympic bodybuilder.
No, he's a sumo wrestler
And he's a sumo
made of
wrestler.
muscle. He's a sumo wrestler made of muscle and the kingpin of all crime in New York.
I wanted to see a CG juggernaut-sized guy, but man, this guy was huge.
Oh, and he did it so well, like, and just to see him finally limping after, again, all spoilers here. I made this for Zach
I was thinking for
because he made me make a spoiler joke. I'm like, okay, I'll make it unreadable. Or did you read this one?
Movie out. Spoilers, assholes.
you
I'm
know,
just
for
kidding.
at the bottom there, Stay Lifted Productions.
Yes.
I was thinking, can we add to that, like dash spoilers, and just say Spider-Man Matrix 4?
Hot damn. No, I will add spoilers. I'll take away productions and add spoilers. Is that okay?
Yeah, but we need to name the shows too, because people are going to search based on that, or at least see it on the screen. Not all caps.
Well, the MCU is, and then I forgot to take it off, so I just kept it on.
Here, can you edit it? I'll do it very quickly.
Too, like high times and high spoilers or something.
No one's looking for us, though.
Spoilers and bonds.
I really should have put something while we were doing
Ah!
this.
I don't know what I hit there.
F11. Hit it again. That'll go. Well, you can leave it like this. This is actually much better. Oh, no, because I want to be able to go to the tabs.
You call it PH,
Ah.
PHC and then make the abbreviation something different.
Okay, no, we don't need more words. Like, this has to go across. We're out of words.
That's still too many? Can you click? Damn it.
Yeah.
MCU Matrix.
We need to, man, these are current movies. We need to name them specifically in a highly visible
But
way.
they're in the title. This is just what's on our screen. No
Yeah,
one will see this, and like no one will see this
I can
unless
see
they
it
are
now.
looking at the video and click on it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there's a very visible
Yeah, I
thing
can
at
see
all
it right now.
times.
So no, but underneath before they click on it, underneath it says spoilers.
You're getting cut off at the Matrix. Let's the cut off.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, go to the beginning again. Like, we don't need Stay Lifted in there. It's already on the channel
But-
name.
No, you took it off there too. This is just supposed to tell people who's on the screen. That's all this bottom thing's supposed to be for. That's just supposed to tell them who's on our screen. Our name isn't spoilers, Spider-Man, Matrix 4, Hawkeye.
I know. Just hang on for a second and I'll show you.
Yeah, that's just to show people who's on their screen. That doesn't change anything outside of there.
But people know they're on the Stay Lifted channel, and now there's a visible banner on the screen that says, hey, if you're on this channel, you're going to have spoilers about these shows.
I disagree with you that it's this important.
Are you kidding me? Like, anyone that...
But like,
I would be so mad.
I'm just average Joe on a path of life. So turn off the light, let me get some sleep tonight. Alright. I'm dreaming about music. I'm just average Joe on a path of life. So turn off the light, let me get some sleep tonight. Alright. I'm dreaming about music. I close my eyes on a pillow and wake up on a stage where I'm dreaming about making more than minimum wage. The day's short, I don't know if I'ma see another. So I've been looking through the music like I'm Stevie Wonder. Make a mission, what I've been making's different. I'm hungry, my tummy aching. Take a listen. Jukebox in my third eye. Word life, you heard right. Trying to get unstoned and stop living the curb life. The blurred light, hope at the end of my tunnel. But my head's been in the sky.
Not everyone reads that. So then, if it's on the screen...
I mean, that's on them then. Hello, Susan Henry. I don't know what VOA
Hey, Susan.
means. But
Thanks for
tonight we
joining
are
us.
talking about Hawkeye, Spider-Man No Way Home and Matrix, but we are currently talking about Hawkeye, so spoilers for anyone watching.
It was the finale that was just on.
And we get a lot of our man Vincent D'Onofrio, who by the end of it just shows he can really take a beating.
Oh yeah.
Always just so distracted with all the other screens around you. You should just talk to Zach. You should don't look at screens. Just talk to Zach.
Is that?
Hey Ryan, want to smoke a bomb?
Can you attempt to not? Okay, I want you to not even look at that screen for the next minute. You have to look anywhere but the two screens for a minute. Can you do that?
I don't know.
1 minute. I'm very curious. And I'm not going to look at you while you're doing it. I'm just going to talk. And you are going to pay attention to anything but the two screens. No?
I'm going to smoke this strawberry cough. Thank you, Mad Dad Block. And
That's not
then
funny.
I will decide if I can maybe do that. That for the salad.
Or you have to...
Is there a better later?
Yeah, a liquid chrome lighter.
Liquid chrome, always out there to get us where we need to be.
You know, that's the season of South Park where they get into advertising bots, and some kids are now advertising bots, and
No, I don't really. Can you be a little more specific about the
like it's a whole
they
season,
were-
the whole
yes,
seasonal arc
yes,
that ads are now
yes.
bots.
Yes.
Are you a bot? Are you real? The only time I guess we can get you to say things in clear form after 4 bongs is an ad for one of our sponsors.
And yeah, we'd like to thank the sponsors again.
That was Cartman's girlfriend that ended up being an ad,
Yeah,
right?
Should end up being a bot.
That
The
was
head bot.
That was a clever season.
Oh man, so clever.
They
The
all are.
SpaceX stuff was amazing.
I still haven't watched the new South Park from this week. Have you?
No, but man, I want to talk to you about NFTs.
That's what it's about, right?
No,
But it's meant. Yeah, he was saying that.
just watch it.
Okay.
Yes, the NFTs get brought up. No, I'm not going to say anymore. It's just really funny. But we are talking about Hawkeye, and I like so as we were talking about before, I think the whole purpose of this episode was simply to hand the torch over, and you can see that in the final moments. They burn the Ronin suit that brought them together. I think kind of symbolizing that they don't need a tie.
Did he burn it in their barbecue?
In literally their high end
Food barbecue.
Yes, he burnt high grade pleather and leather and plastic, and I'm sure some fiber mesh.
I might have done a fire pit in that massive farm backyard he has.
I know, right? Like,
instead of my beautiful.
what do you think? Do you think it was smart to destroy his Krager fucking pellet fed barbecue just to get rid of the Ronin suit, or think he might have been able to stop by Avengers compound and hit the incinerator?
And
Oh my god, why wouldn't he just take it to Avengers compound and hit like an incinerator or something?
I just thought of something else though. This is an Avengers level hero. Why the hell wasn't his suit fireproof? Right? Like
Yeah, why wouldn't you think of those things?
No, but it would have been. He's one of the greatest heroes.
Actually, you know what I think? Actually, you bring up a good point that is kind of made in this episode and the episode leading to it, is that not all of them are Tony Stark. Not all of them have that access. Some of them have to do all this themselves.
Are you telling me that they would have done all that and then not resent him if they wouldn't have Mr. fucking Billionaire spend 2 pennies out of his pocket to make all their lives a level equal to his?
Well, no, wait, but he does in some of their tech, but like he didn't have his Avengers Hawkeye suit on, which wasn't even provided by Tony. That was provided by Shield.
Who was it that had trouble getting a home loan? Oh, it was Black Falcon.
Just Falcon.
Just Falcon. I was confusing it with Power Rangers. Tony Stark wouldn't have taken care of all of that. That would have been like 2 minutes of what he earned.
Okay, so I mean, yes, I imagine he could have called up Pepper and been like, "Yo, you know, can you help? Can you
be
hook me
beyond
with
that.
Like,
he would go out of his way and make sure no one was in those situations. He would have
Okay,
teams
so
doing his
then-
people. Pepper would proactively do that.
We were part of a conversation that was pretty pro Superman last week, if you remember that,
Yeah.
on small screen. Shout out to James and the small screen crowd. And in that conversation, there were some pretty positive things said about Superman, but in this case, I want to go to the Bruce Wayne problem in Superman, in that he let Martha get evicted.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's the same thing, right? Like, the billionaire doesn't always think that everyone needs money, but hey, here's some tech. Also, he worked for S.H.I.E.L.D., so he already had his own tech through S.H.I.E.L.D. Tony would have been like, hey, I made you a couple cool arrows, and remember that device you had on? But well, they didn't get to keep their Iron Man time travel suits?
Exactly. And you're telling me
That was nanotech. Like, he couldn't be like, hey, I took out the programming that allows you to jump through time if you have PIM particles.
Do you not think Tony's being the leader of the Avengers would not be like, here's your $1 million salary as long as you remember?
Although, spoilers, as we jump over into Spider-Man, because we're talking about this, and he did set someone up this way multiple times, and let's talk about how that gets fucking squandered. Or how it also got used really coolly. So, like, the first time it gets squandered in that he gives Edith over to the bad guy like a fucking moron. That was tech that Tony left behind for him. Might as well just given away the Iron Spider outfit, which he did for the most part.
Yeah, the whole Happy never had a backup key to any of this. And
Neither did Pepper. Like,
yeah, neither did Pepper.
okay,
Come on.
so let's go back to Iron Man 2, where Pepper jumps behind the computer and starts just killing shit. Now, it's Black Widow that starts trying to help unarm stuff and shit, but I mean, Pepper jumps on the computer.
Was
and
this like an
instantly-
Operation Swordfish scene with two of them hacking at once or something?
No,
Did that
no,
ever
it's just Black Widow's at the what's the other company? The idiot guy, Sam Rockwell's character, his company.
Oh, was he in this?
He's in-
Ant-Man stuff.
No, he's in Iron Man.
Yeah,
Oh, right, he was another weapons dealer. or
Yeah,
yeah. His
Justin.
something.
What is it?
Justin something. Yeah,
Anyways,
you're right.
Black Widow's hacking from over there
Hammer
to
or
stop
something, or hammer.
Ivan's drones, but Pepper jumps behind all the controls and starts trying to take back control of like the systems locally. I guess it really was a dual hack thing. Like they play it over. She just asks what's going on to the guy there, but she seems capable. I forget why we got down to this. This is why we smoke a lot of weed on here.
Oh yeah.
Pepper should have had a key to kill it.
Yeah, and there should have been backup.
No, maybe she wouldn't have. I don't think Pepper's smart enough.
No.
No, but he would be like, in case.
No, I'm
something
trying to
goes
think of
wrong,
who would.
here's the backup
Brody
code.
or Rhodey?
Like, who would he leave his extra house key with? Pepper.
No,
Happy.
we're talking. Okay, he left Edith to Peter because Peter was a genius and a superhero. So
is
I mean,
Falcon though. Like, why didn't you?
But he would give him a
Falcon?
kill switch.
because Falcon wasn't part of his crew, he barely knew him. He was Captain America's sidekick.
He would at least give him a code that says, "Here, you
Who?
can shut down Edith." If
Just
you
because in
type
the
it."
I know. I'm
cartoon,
trying to think
he-
of in the
cartoon,
corporation here. Vision.
In the other comic.
Vision would have had.
Are you
Oh,
sure
but
it's
Vision's
counted?
dead. Sorry, gotta go back. Vision's gone. Who? Not Steve. Probably not Nick. He wouldn't trust Nick Fury with the technology.
Banner. I think he might trust Banner.
Because the original comic.
Wait.
Because Banner helped him build Ultron.
Yeah, Banner. Because I'm trying to place Banner. Where's Banner during the time that Tony is building tech
You
at
would
home?
know.
And Banner's in his gamma ray lab in New York making Hulk, Professor Hulk. So I'm gonna step back because we're actually all talking for once. Ryan was joining the conversation. Thank you for. But yeah, so in that time he's creating Professor Hulk in the gamma ray lab. So I'm sure Tony, being his best friend, super smart, mad scientist, is going to be there helping him, or at least advising in some way. I mean, the person that actually helps him make Professor Hulk or get to Professor Hulk is Reed Richards. So, I mean, there's a potential
But
that,
that's in the comics.
yeah, but now they own everything and they're just going buck wild now. Like, everything's on the table. Sky's the limit. Might as well just go for it.
Hey
right?
Ryan, did you rewatch Matrix yet?
I remember most of it.
You were asleep for like half of it.
Oh yeah, I definitely missed some key parts.
You know what though? I fell asleep for a bit too.
Did you?
Not very
Okay.
long, but
Yes, let's talk about a property that kind of sits alone because
I think it was just
Hawkeye
the
and Spider-Man
edibles
is
we
so
had.
big.
what's that?
It was the edibles we had.
Oh yeah, thank you
Knocked
for
me
that.
out. The
Did you have
same
to-
as the rosin did. The hash rosin did the same thing to me.
Did you have the whole chocolate?
I did. Yeah. Did you?
I had half.
Okay, that would probably be the reason. You fell asleep for a bit. You said.
Yeah.
I will admit the first time I fell asleep while they were fighting the zombies. So I just can't anymore. So anyways, we're going to talk about Matrix because it's kind of standalone, or at least a much smaller universe than Hawkeye and Spider-Man and all that. So we'll get into the overtures of the...
Why, we don't have to switch
MCU.
topics, do we?
Well, I want to talk about... We just came up and I want to talk about it now. We were talking about simulation theory, we were talking about physics.
That's true.
So it kind of leads into this much better. So I want to talk about...
Matrix 4, big time spoilers.
Oh, yeah, like
It
we're
was
flat out
based-
spoiling Matrix 4.
My opinion is literally it's basically just an alternate rendering of the third one.
No, it's not. It's just a continuation. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I guess
so-
it is a continuation because they're older, but
Can we
like,
start with what we
there's-
thought was going to happen?
Yeah.
We pretty unanimously thought they were going with the multi-level theory.
That there would be another level of Matrix.
Yeah, so
I
in
love
this
that.
level, it'd be processing instead of battery. They doubled down on the battery part. Like they're like, nope, now fear makes more energy.
Oh, for sure.
What?
Yeah. And like I told you this morning, like if they would have went with
Hey, that part killed me.
if
Fear
they-
makes more energy.
like if they would have they played a little better on how he was a game designer in the real world, I think they could have had something there. It's like they had that story and then didn't know where to go with it and just kind of went all over
Okay,
the place.
so we were talking about this a little earlier, but before we were even going live, because we sat here and talked about it for like a half hour while watching it. I think the whole point is that he was never actually supposed to be a game designer in this. He was supposed yes, he designed the game, but he was on a loop. So he was never really supposed to be outside of where he was at that point. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to hit F11 so that we can go back and forth. There we go.
Oh, sorry. I was. Is any of my shadow here?
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's on a plate right behind the screen.
Would you mind if I do that?
Of course I will. Yeah.
Thank you.
And this is the stuff I was talking
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So
Pick up the legend.
in
If
this,
you guys want any shadow, please.
I think we're gonna do some for sure. Iron Man. Alright.
yeah. So what I think, we all thought it was going to be different layers of the Matrix, as in
It was
we
so
get
close.
to a new AI
A layer,
level
a layer.
or
Yeah.
a simulation layer where the Matrix is what's supposed to be processing power, or combined processing power,
Like
and
humans,
so on and
yeah,
so
are
forth.
harvested for their brain processing.
I don't know what
That's
that is.
chip. That's chip from earlier. We were watching The Matrix. I had some chips. Okay.
In which case, you really wouldn't need to grow a human beyond the head and torso.
Yes, which we talked about. So yeah, but instead they decided to double down on that and give us crazy.
On a human battery, which would violate the laws of thermodynamics, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they'd have to feed it the body more energy than
It puts
they
it-
could ever take out of it.
But they doubled down on that.
Which
I do-
okay.
I do like the theory of like artificial intelligence or the creator like be living forever because obviously we all know that that would be the case if we did create it artificial in AI that
Like
could
living
process and
forever
create-
in the computer.
create shit,
Okay,
yeah, and
but-
create-
Okay, so let's all okay. Wait, before we go any further, and I'm gonna keep reiterating this because I don't want to just sound like an asshole. The movie was epic levels of fun to watch. There's great fight scenes in it. There's fight scenes in it. There's a couple moments that if you just suspend belief and get stoned and enjoy it, that they tell a fun story. And if you wanted to know what happened after Neo died and what happened to Zion, all that information is present. So it's not that it's bad, but we were expecting explanations to retcon or help explain some bad parts of the past. And
they could have fixed everything.
maybe just for a minute, we should just say, it's not for us to say the past has to be fixed. Is that maybe a fair thing to say? That maybe this is her story to tell, and did you make that point that that's what they were saying?
Sorry, where did the shatter even come from? I didn't.
That wasn't the shatter. That was Ryan brought this out. I'm like, all right, let's do that.
Oh,
I just put that.
Yeah.
It was what was open in front. Ryan opened it and put it in front of me.
Thank you very much. Was that the stuff you showed me yesterday?
Yeah, we were smoking out of the pan.
Oh, that looked so beautiful.
Bongo
Yeah.
Time, which we'll have a dab time one next week. I forgot to design it.
Hey, you can look at it.
So yeah, we're talking about the Matrix, and we're spoiling. But okay,
oh my
so
God. I just want to show the camera. This is so beautiful.
This is live Rosin from Mad Dab Lab, one of our sponsors. Remember, he's got the best stuff in town. Definitely check him out.
that's some gold in there. So Neil Patrick Harris's character, the analyst,
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser. No, you're right. He was playing Neil Patrick Harris playing Neil Patrick Harris.
Having just watched Kumar Christmas.
Right.
That's who I saw, this crazy, out of his mind crackhead.
Yeah.
But he's like, hello, I'm giving you therapy.
And he turns out to be a crazy program, which in this programs feel a lot more than they used to. And I want to, okay.
Well, you know what, though? Give it, it's in the future, like many, many years. So they've evolved. So maybe
out of 10, let's just give you a 10 score to start. Ryan? Matrix out of 10, the half of it you saw.
My theory is if they wait too long to make a sequel, it usually ends up not living up to the first one. And although it was a decent movie, it's definitely not near the first one, so I'm gonna give it a 6.
Sorry, I thought you didn't even hear the question. He's with us tonight. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, holy fuck, man, you are awake. Did you drink coffee on your way in?
I had that energy drink.
There you go. 3 energy drinks before every episode from now on. Ryan's with us tonight. You know what? I'm giving it around the same, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
My gut feeling,
Before you spoke to me today, what was it?
like that's what I was going to say. 8.5, maybe even creeping up to 9.
No,
And after talking to you, 6.5 to 7.
I'm so sorry.
No, but like I had missed a part and I had made some assumptions. It's like, man, I could have made this movie so much better. Like I could have fixed it.
Yeah,
Well,
like
okay,
I
so-
said, they had a good story. I think
They were
with the
so
game
close,
designer.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if anybody out there watches Rick and Morty again, I'm going to spoil that for a second, but in the Story Train episode in season 5, I think that's the writer saying, guys, you need to relax. Okay, like here's our formula. We'll be open about it. We're still just trying to make an entertaining product for you. And then the next, they get just crazy deep and then they destroy the whole universe in the next one. So I know they get really weird and they come back and forth with it, but I think that episode was the writer trying to say, can you just chill out a bit? Like, and I think there's a lot of that in this. I think this is Lana Wachowski in advance going, well, I don't want to hear the hate already. Like, I'm going to make my own story, and this is just the beginning of that story. It had a lot of, like, I think at the same time, it did the same beats as the first movie. Well, it's weird to say, but if you lined up the beats of the first movie and the beats of all 3 movies to this movie, they kind of find a way to line up. You know what I mean? Like, because they kind of hit all 3 movies while just telling the first story again.
What just happened?
Nothing.
Is there ghosts?
What?
You know,
Did the light go off or something?
nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Are you serious? I swear to God, the light just turned off. Or maybe I just did a big dab. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
no.
Man,
I have
Oh my
it.
God, you messed with me.
It was on a battery.
I'm so gullible. God damn.
But I'll never screw with you for too long. But okay, so in this, okay, we have to make the distinction between now because we have so much more of Thomas Anderson in this one apparently, so we have to make the distinction between Thomas Anderson and Neo. Neo has been plugged back into the Matrix and rebuilt. Again, spoilers as it's written everywhere.
I feel so much better now that it has that banner there.
I'll just block this off entirely. But we're spoiling the Matrix right now, and right now, so
especially when they set up Trinity with having a family, like why did they not have her and Neo have a kid and like pass the torch on?
So you slept through the explanation of that.
Okay.
This movie is so expositional. Like,
Yeah, big time.
every plot hole, they make an attempt to totally talk it away. Over and over and over again, they just talk away every single problem with it. And I mean, like, okay, my biggest complaint about this film was Morpheus. It really bugged me that they
Brought him back after
no,
he
that
died.
they made him simply an
Smith.
NPC.
Yeah, and being with Smith's biology as well, or whatever it was.
Yeah, like he seemed jarring through the whole movie. Like,
Oh, and as we were talking about earlier, you said that the actor was asked, "How come you're not in this movie?" And he said, "Ask Lana." He could have played this role. There's no reason he couldn't have been Morpheus.
he's pretty old.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I guess so.
this guy
But I
didn't
mean,
have
like,
to be
okay, so
young.
but the problem with that is that then you have to ask, when did Morpheus die and how did he die? Because why would they have his body too?
Yeah, okay, but it's just.
But I
don't
mean,
know.
Neo also could have just programmed a better composite of Morpheus. So there's a movie coming out that has a similar name.
Or Morpheus could have been in the world with the game developer Thomas Anderson and Tiffany.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that
Like, sorry,
The-
Lawrence
the-
Fishburne
the-
could have been there.
everyone there is a representative of a human body, not just computer code. So
Oh, but doesn't. Is there ever a time Morpheus makes it into that world? Yeah, he does. That's how, like in the bathrooms and stuff.
what do you mean? Yeah, but he gets extracted from Neo's module into the real, I guess, into the construct between the real and the Matrix, and lives there.
But when there's a time where Thomas Anderson's at work and he's in the bathroom, and that's where Morpheus.
Yes, because he can go from the construct to the Matrix, because he's just a program. I don't know why they didn't. I'm saying that they wouldn't just use his skin without his body, but I guess they could, because whatever. It's whatever. Like, in all honesty, why not? Like, everything, like the
Yeah.
Vincian made no against.
Oh, that was so annoying. Him just doing his crazy man rant there.
Okay, but
Is that a contradiction though? That like a robot or something can't like touch or feel?
well, can we
Or
qualify
use
the
the
fact that
powers
first
for it?
off, I went to school to be a computer programmer. Zach went all the way through and
That's
became
why
a
I'm
high-end
asking Zach,
computer programmer.
like if the computer
And Ryan's
can be
first
programmed,
computers.
can it actually touch or feel or love or do any of
Well,
the
that's
stuff
where I'm
theoretically?
exploring with this.
Why
We don't
would
know
a
how to do it.
program?
Yeah.
Because a program is able to build a self-image in this case. That they're saying they've kind of set up that the Merovingian can make his own clothes. He can kind of set up his own self-image the way that everyone has a DSI. I think they call it a digital self-image.
Oh, yeah, so why would it be a crazy old?
Yeah, so why would he make himself bearded, ugly, dirty, and have shag for clothing? Like, why wouldn't he still be perfectly dressed?
Is that just them hammering over our head? Hey, he's lost his mind.
But the rest of them were the same way. Like, they were tattered. But there's nothing there to say that being deleted or being stored for any
Makes
period
you
of
look
time would make you tattered. Like, they had data loss. They had data altercation because they were stored for a while. Like, I feel like the first movie tried to find a realm in something like.
You keep pointing out it's feeling more and more like Angelina Jolie's Hackers, like that level of understanding of programming
Yes!
and how things are affected by.
But without a memory of me being an adolescent looking at a much younger Angelina Jolie. Instead, I got a Naomi that was 204, and no one else lived that long. Just the one Starfleet captain. Like, come on.
Just one actress they could get. I don't know.
I
or
guess so.
asked or didn't piss them off.
And then, like, wasn't Will Smith's mom in there for a bit?
Oh, I've never heard of any relation of his being in
yeah, I
the
didn't
Matrix
know
movie.
No. I mean, from the TV show. Wasn't that one
Amphibian?
girl in the botany lab
I don't remember
from
that, right?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
The botany lab.
Yeah,
Oh,
where
I don't
they're-
know.
Oh my god, did you sleep through the strawberry scene?
No, I never.
Strawberry.
Okay, like the girl that is in the botany lab with like there's
There was some random background characters. I didn't recognize anyone.
no, she's not just background character though. She clearly is Niobe's girlfriend.
Oh, that one? I don't recognize her.
Did you recognize her?
I don't remember this part.
Well, now I want to look her up.
Is she on like Cosby Show or something? Is that what you're saying?
No. All right. Here's a word from our sponsor. Since it is close to Christmas, here's a commercial Ryan's in. And yeah. Well, he didn't sponsor this one, but Ryan's in it, so we'll play.
I like to wake up to Chocolate Bombs by Skeleton Crew. Up in the morning, this is what I like to wake up with. Mr. Wake and Bake, Happy Bongos, and Chocolate Bombs by Skeleton Crew.
And we're back. And Ryan is looking very stoned.
That was one hell of a commercial, wasn't it, folks? What are we talking about now? The Matrix? Yeah, like I think I don't know, from what I've seen, I think they had a story but didn't know where to go with it and could have done better.
That's an apt description.
Pretty much from the movie, I think. And
Man,
then then I don't know, then I seen the whole Trinity when I did wake up, become the superhero. Kind of threw me off that they wasn't talked about for all 3 movies, but all of a sudden she can just touch Neo and become the one or whatever happened there.
it's women power.
Mm.
The mother from Family Matters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thelma Hopkins.
Okay. Laura's mom.
Yeah, the mom from Family Matters. We never see Urkel's mom.
Okay.
We never see Urkel's parents, period.
Yeah. Did I do that? Did you watch Family Matters?
Oh, yeah.
I dare you to watch an old clip of Steve Urkel talking to Laura, and it's like sexual harassment, like beyond belief. It's incredible how it doesn't stand the test of time.
I think there used to be an understanding that a physically
Unimposing man could do that.
get away with being that way
He
because
said
there was
stuff
no
like,
physical threat. But I'm like,
I won't take
Yeah,
no for an answer.
until they learn about, fucking sedatives.
And he's like, you can say no for 1,000 times, and I'll still be here all the time for you.
There is, I can't, it's said in so many TV shows and movies where like a guy says 1,000, like 999 no's and 1 yes is
Still a yes.
I'm like, what? No, it's a lot. No, it's not.
Well, in computer science, it absolutely is. You can have 999 no's.
I don't think you want to make that distinction right this second during the context of this conversation.
But it's technically true.
And that, my friends, is called a false equivalency and inappropriate. But for the moment,
Bongo time.
Oh, do you know what I've had in my head because I watched it 10 times? I just want to hear you say, I could do this all day.
Oh my God.
I cannot stop
Back to
watching that.
Hawkeye. So that pissed me off.
Oh, I loved it. And I knew there must be a full version of it because that was so rehearsed. Like,
So
the dancers are so into it. They were like,
Oh, yeah. Like, it's probably a Broadway musical coming out next year. We don't know.
these people were pros. Like,
Paul Rogers.
oh, that's not a. Yeah, that. What did you think of the musical though from Hawkeye?
That was definitely clever. Well thought out. I had some good lines, like the
the lyrics
shawarma
are-
one, and let's go get shawarma after we win or something.
And they're so campy and cheesy, man. Those actors are like giving it 310%.
Oh yeah, they're They're
And on
definitely
rewatch-
trained Broadway performers. I guarantee it's going to be a Broadway musical. Then
I'm rewatching it and watching individuals' faces, the actors and dancers, and they are like giving the biggest, cheesiest smiles to the camera and like hamming it up so bad. Like it's so good. They nailed it.
for sure.
And the song's super catchy.
Yeah, and then because it's going to be popular, I guarantee it's going to be a new Broadway musical. If it's not that one, it'll be another one. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
They need to combine that with Zemo Dance.
the Zemo dance and that. An Easter egg that you have to watch 2 hours. Larry!
It's a 1 hour official video on Marvel's channel.
Yeah.
And I have one, well, I've had it on my TV for the whole hour. I didn't actually sit there.
True.
But that musical, man. And then the Hulk the magic word is. Hulk the magic word is.
Smash!
So good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sad Hawkeye's over now. Like,
I'm
enjoying
sad
it.
we don't get anything till February now.
What's in February?
We got Morbius, and I think maybe She-Hulk, but it hasn't been officially announced.
I don't know what Morbius is about.
You haven't seen Spider-Man 94? We might have to watch that cartoon for one of these picks.
I mean, I know he's a character that exists. I don't know what his power is. I don't know what his deal is.
So yeah, he's in the Ghost Town, their crew, with Blade, Ghost Rider, and Black Cat.
So is he a questionably good guy?
Yeah. So like he started off kind of a bad guy, like Spider-Man spied him before, but then he turns out to be a good guy in the end. After he learns how to control his power, like he's a vampire.
Oh, no way!
So yeah, he's a full vampire. Unlike Blade, that's the Daywalker. He's a full vampire, and
But he's a good vampire eventually.
yeah.
Cool. So basically the same
Yeah.
powers as Blade.
Yeah. I gotta show you something.
I mean, I've been in comic books my whole life. I'm sure I've seen the covers, but just never read about them. So sorry, you said it was Morbius, and then what else? Oh, She-Hulk.
Yeah, so She-Hulk might. I think it's coming out in February.
They better have Matt Murdock on She-Hulk
Maybe
for the law stuff because she was the
like
lawyer, right?
Bruce Banner is gonna be on it for sure.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
No way.
Yeah, he's already scheduled on it, so they'll have him. I don't know if he'll be Smart Hulk or whatever, but
Professor Hulk.
we're just watching the trailer of Morbius here. If Zach hasn't probably seen it, so he's a crippled, right? So he goes to try to find a serum or something to
We
cure
should have
him.
gotten Barry to put it on the screen.
This is true.
People all over the world have my disease.
So yeah, like I said, the new Morbius coming out this February. Definitely excited for it.
So is this a movie or TV show?
This is a movie, so this is Sony. Sony's. It's not. It's going to be part of the MCU as well because it's like the Venom, creating the Sinister Six is coming out soon. But they're gonna. This is going to be for the Ghost Town game. They got Blade, Ghost Rider.
What's the game called?
The Ghost Town game.
Ghost Town game?
Scooby-Doo this shit.
Please.
I mean, please, Scooby-Doo this shit. Yeah.
What did you do to yourself, Doctor? How much I know?
Oh, okay. I do think I saw this trailer. How old's this trailer?
Month.
Yeah, okay.
To be more like
You know what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's coming out in February, and that's the next basically Marvel property that I know of that's been confirmed. I don't like I said, She-Hulk's supposed to come out in February, but nothing, no dates been confirmed yet. So
Man, what a great week we had for content, eh?
yeah, it was an amazing week for content for sure. And the third property, what did you think of the new Spider-Man movie? For everybody out there that maybe has seen it and maybe hasn't.
Oh, man, it was freaking amazing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really loved it. I think everyone's been hearing the news now that it's just really good. And yeah, I mean, we're talking about spoilers and stuff, but goddamn, it's good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bringing back all 3 Spider-Mans, which spoiler for that, but I'm sure you've probably heard by now.
Maybe not, but
Maybe
we've never had
not,
this
but
screen.
yeah. Another spoiler. I think you were the one that was telling me last night. You heard Kirsten Dunst was supposed to be in the movie.
There was a rumor that she was signed up for it, and because of COVID, she couldn't. But
Okay.
to me, it seems a little fishy, and I would just guess more it was a contract argument of some sort.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool if we do get the Snyder's cut of that when Toby dies, right?
I very always say Snyder's cut.
The
Where,
Will Wheaton Marvel cut. I don't know what it would be.
The Will Wheaton? That's
Hopefully not.
Wesley from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Star Trek. Brian, I think I've asked you, but have you seen all of the Star Trek series?
Yeah. I've seen Enterprise, and I've seen a bit of Deep Space Nine.
But not TNG?
No.
Damn. That was one I grew up on, but
The what?
that was
Wait.
the one I grew up on. Next Generation with
Yeah, that's the one. It's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay, so watch this one. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What did I say?
Well, I said TNG, and you said no, because you said Voyager and Enterprise.
Oh,
And
sorry.
DS9.
Yeah, no, yeah. Deep Space Nine and yeah,
And
DNC.
Voyager?
The what?
Have you seen Voyager?
Voyagers when they're on this huge spaceship, or was that Deep Space Nine?
That was Deep Space Nine.
Space station.
The space station. Okay. No, I didn't see Voyager then.
The one with 7 of 9.
Yeah,
The
I
hot Borg chick.
I think I was probably into Stargate at that time, to be honest. 'Cause
You
I
don't
I
know
got
who
into
7 of 9
Stargate.
is?
Is that the
Sure,
blonde
sure,
one?
sure, sure.
Yeah.
But wasn't she just a Borg for like one episode?
No, she was brought on in season 3 to bring the ratings up, and they went through the roof. And she was a Borg that became a human, and she was centered to a
Yeah.
lot of
Oh,
storylines.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I watched so much of this stuff.
Yeah, I remember we
Still
had
not that big of a fan.
remember we were talking about the toys. Like I had the toy growing up where you put the thing in it was just a mirror trick, but you put the character in the transporter, you press a button and it looks like he disappeared.
Yeah,
they
I
just put
remember
a
that.
mirror behind it.
I remember that kind of toy.
Yeah.
I
was
never
kinda
had
cool
any Star
back in
Trek
the day.
toys.
I had various cereal would sometimes have like a Romulan warbird or
My mom would be like, my mom and I actually talked about this yesterday. How you guys like how even though I was raised on Star Trek, it never took. But it's because she raised me on Kirk.
yeah, I don't really like that one that much.
She raised me on James T. So like when the Next Generation wasn't about a Playboy dude fucking his way through the universe, I'm like, why is anybody watching this? Seriously, I thought that was the point of Star Trek, was so that Kirk could fuck his way through the universe.
I'm not sure that he actually even ended up sleeping with that many women. It's just there's a couple of memorable scenes where it happened, and he got that reputation overall. There's a number. Somebody's counted.
Of course. What do you mean?
Actually, I'm going to look up how many women did Kirk sleep with TOS
TOS.
original series.
Oh, the original series. Okay. Wow. TOS.
Because they all have an acronym. And then Discovery, which is the most terrible of them all, is STD. They didn't even the title.
You saying that reminds me that.
Like that's how bad Alex Kurtzman fucked up everything in Star Trek. Even the title, they gave it the name to let you know how terrible it is.
Can I start spoiling Spider-Man?
Yeah,
we
we
just
were.
did, yeah.
Okay, so Spider-Man. So we know he gets outed. That's how it all starts out. I think it's hilarious that he goes to
5. Kirk got with 5 women.
Wicked. That's including the one he had a kid with, I'm guessing. Or is that no? That's from the movie.
Only one place is being done simply for physical pleasure, because the others are falling in love.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, there's interesting information here. Somebody has looked a lot into that.
Yeah, I know. And well, I mean,
The Star Trek, of course they did.
obviously,
Also,
I
it was the 70s and 60s, the swinging 70s and 60s, or whatever you call it.
obviously I understand deep diving properties like this. But Spider-Man, after he gets found out, after he gets arrested and gets let out, we get what I think to be one of the strangest uses of a cameo ever.
Well, there were so many cameos. Which one are you referring to? Oh,
Just
yeah,
Matt
that
Murdock,
was,
like,
it was
I'm a
real
really
strange.
good lawyer.
He didn't need to be there at all. I thought he was going to be more.
Yeah, like he was an exposition machine instead of being a useful character.
What a badass scene though with the brick catching.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that where you notice Spider-Man or
They both
Peter
did
Parker,
it.
like his hands right there behind his. How'd you do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
But that's why it was so cool. Like the two of them, like it's like, yeah, they both would have had no problem catching it, but
Yeah.
Murdoch's a little bit ahead.
So like, hey, my lawyer is clearly something more. I should ask him for help right now or something instead of my two teenage friends.
Man, I love Ned,
Okay, let's talk about Ned.
the guy in the chair.
I've watched a lot of stuff saying that that it was his love for Peter that MJ would have been able to do the same thing. Like, no, they set up that he's magic. They showed knives that look like stuff
not
from
sure I
Camera Tosh in the background at his grandma's house. His grandma is not surprised by any of
I
the
guess
magic shit happening around him.
Oh, you know what? Sorry.
I think she's from Tallow. I think you're gonna find out that, and I put this up on a couple of the theory videos out there, so you can go back and see that I said it like the day we got back. But I think Ned's grandma might be a descendant from Tallow, the same place that Shang-Chi's mother's from.
That would be cool. And this always happens, even in shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where eventually everyone kind of gets a superpower, some ability that lets them help out more than a regular human kid.
I'm sorry, was there more than just the movie?
Let's not get into it.
The absolute best adaptation of Buffy?
You know, I don't even think the movie exists, but
The movie's brilliant.
the movie was a good pilot episode for the
Spike, you're not
TV
looking so good.
I haven't seen the movie. Is there somebody named Spike in it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same characters.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No way.
He's played by Courtney Cox's ex-husband.
David Arquette?
Yeah. David Arquette's Spike.
That just blew my mind.
Crap, the guy that died last year.
What was Spike's personality like in the movie?
Oh, he's a total stoner. He's a
That
total
is not,
burnout
that's
idiot.
not
I know.
who.
No, okay, Spike in this case is the paramour. In this case, the paramour is a dude, right? Because Buffy's the protagonist or antagonist. So Buffy's the antagonist, and
Buffy's
there's
the
a guy.
protagonist.
Yeah,
He's the hero.
the protagonist.
Protagonist. Yeah, sorry, Buffy's the protagonist. So in this case, Buffy's paramour is Luke Perry.
So is he Angel?
No, he's just a human dude.
Oh.
Him and his he's just a burnout mechanic car guy, like the generic person, like the generic.
Okay, there's no one like that on the show.
No, I know. And his best friend Spike gets bit by the antagonist in this, the very horribly 18th century vampire.
What's his name?
Because it would be the
I
first
don't
demon.
remember.
You remember the demon that from Howl that was in most of the seasons?
Yeah, no, that's not. But like, we're in this case, it's just David Arquette being a stoner as a vampire.
Yeah, Spike.
They just took the name.
A Victorian,
Yeah,
foppish guy. That
they just took the name.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is technically have an origin in the television show.
But he got the name Spike because he
Or
would
the
torture his
comics.
victims with railroad spikes.
I don't know. For the long time, I thought the movie was much better than the television show.
Sure.
It was why I didn't. It came on at a time I wasn't watching that kind of stuff, and I think I saw a lot of it. Like I know who Spike is. I know.
But how badass is that? Those like foot-long, massive railroad spikes. That's what he was known for. Like
Who?
Spike. That's how he got his name, for torturing people with them.
I mean, I'm pretty sure David Arquette got his name for just having spiky hair.
And that's why the TV show exists and the movie was a pilot.
So, Barry or Zach picked that for the movie this week?
Well, I might have to just to piss that.
Oh my god, I will refuse to watch the way you refuse to watch Slenderman.
You just said I blew your mind and you want to know more.
No, I don't want. I didn't say I want to know more.
You asked more.
Yeah.
You asked questions. You were intrigued.
But I can't.
And this is what drives me nuts.
It will
is that
piss me off.
every time I bring up a movie of that age, just because it usually has a reference to
That's
something
it.
else we've watched or something else we're going to watch that kind of says, hey, this is where some of these properties come from. This is where the ideas come from, or this was an adaptation of that idea from this era.
And you're comparing
And
it to
every
which one's the
time
best version
You're
of.
fully entertained by them, although sometimes slightly annoyed,
I'm
have a
usually very
lot
annoyed.
to say about them, but then you just totally discount the idea of them. The reality is you love a series and trend like this wholeheartedly love the series. Why wouldn't you want to see at least where they adapted some of the
Because I'm
property?
old and got over it and want to preserve something beautiful.
I thought we already watched this movie. I thought I brought it up for Movie Club.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's on a banner.
No, we haven't watched it.
No, all right. Well, I think it's got to be picked. Like, you should totally see it. Like, this is part of the history of a character. Like, if there
No,
was,
stop. Why is it always 30 years old?
He doesn't want his TV show ruined.
hey man, but I figured I could pick good movies no matter what era I picked them from.
Oh,
I
there's
blindly
so many.
picked and I picked a great movie.
Like, Stay Tuned and what was the one with Dan Aykroyd?
Nothing but trouble.
Nothing, oh my god! Like,
One of my favorite picks of all
and then
time.
Buckaroo Banzai. Like, these things are madness. With no
I didn't pick Buckaroo
Yeah, that
Banzai,
was
but it is
James.
now one of my favorite movies of all time.
And we need a Batman
We're
entrance.
just, no, we need a lot longer than that. So we're going to see Big Boss's new bags that just came out.
Just like this.
All right. So now we do have to have a Batman. And then Pearson needs a.
Bongo time.
Oh my goodness.
And then we're going to welcome the show, Drew.
Off the plate.
Yay! Drew is here to talk about Spider-Man. Drew's here to talk about Spider-Man,
The best
Hawkeye, and we'll get back to the Matrix eventually, but we're probably going to get pretty hard into Spider-Man and Hawkeye for a bit because that's why I kept delaying some of the MCU talk because we were waiting for Drew.
Ready?
It is kind of funny that when I tell you to be here for 10, you get here at 10:30. If I'm like, it's kind of cool you show up late. You show up at 10:30 every time. You show up at 11. I love you.
Hey, in my defense, weather's gonna die.
It is. The weather outside is frightful. And though we're going to talk about a Christmas show, first we're going to talk a lot about Spider-Man. What did you think?
What didn't I think? Hit all the points, man. It hit all the points for me. Like, that was worth the wait.
You're a heartless, soulless bastard.
Nope.
You are. You have no heart.
It hit all the points.
No, you have no heart. It didn't make you feel.
I did.
It did not get you in the feels.
No, it did. I'm
Not
gonna
even
lie.
a well up.
I did.
You walled up
I held it.
You held it in?
strong. I held firm, especially with me.
when Garfield caught.
Woo! Yeah, that was hard.
Heavy
That was hard.
spoilers. I cried flat out. The tears came out. They dropped. He deserved that shit, man.
Oh man,
And
so good.
and now spoilers for the future because there's a ton of rumor out there that says he is getting
More movies.
redemption in new movies.
Yes.
You may bump up from number 3.
And I'm going with the theory that he is now going to be the Spider-Man in the Morbius, Venom, that side of Sony's verse, so that Tom Holland can anonymously stay over in the MCU.
That would make sense.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
That would be nice. That make.
Well,
that's
I want everything to be merged, but
But they will
Eventually.
continue to have intersections of time, which this is a much better. This is way more likely that Ryan's going to get his way. That he's going to get his wish.
He's gonna get his.
They're building in
Adam Webb,
3
man.
Spider-Mans currently. That means
Yeah. Oh,
like they literally just
I want more
agreed to
Tobey
3
Maguire
Spider-Mans.
Spider-Mans too.
No, we
Which
went.
one?
I want the killing
Tobey
of the
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Where's
Thank
that
you.
version of Snyder Cut coming out?
I mean, Andrew Garfield might be like
he's. I don't know. I do like him as Spider-Man though. He does have that funny, edgy, whippy.
Holland, Maguire, and then Garfield.
Okay, see that I'm gonna have to.
I just don't like the guy.
Why? Why?
There's some- He's too
Okay.
cool for Spider-Man. To me.
I
thought
understand. I
about
get
this.
it. I get it.
I figured it
agree.
out.
He's
Peter Parker.
Very, very cool. But I still like his little quippy. That part I like.
okay, the
I like
multiverse, the Spider-Verse specifically, because it's been set up in the Marvel comics for so long. Madam Web, the Web of Destiny, and how many Spider men and women there are out there. But my theory on that is that the reason we pick each of these is because they're literally written so that there's a Spider-Man for everyone. Like I identify with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man because I listened to pop punk, liked science, and skateboarded. I would have loved to have been Spider-Man.
Sure.
They write Spider-Man as a diverse character so that there's more than
Well, I
one of
don't-
them, so everyone has one.
Sure.
No, I
Yours-
wanted him to myself.
Yours happens to be the super geeky.
Yeah.
Zach's just like, no,
He's like,
greedy.
if I had the
want it all.
symbiote and I finally had moves, I'd totally walk down the street that way. I'm like, oh, no one else would though. And there's that Spider-Man also. There's also Peter B. Parker. Pearson might identify with him. A little bit of a stoner Spider-Man. What I'm saying is that Spider-Man's a diverse character, and in this they showed so many layers of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I think they subverged a lot of what we thought was going to happen.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I didn't expect a first act collaboration with the bad guys. Like first act, all right, the bad guys are part
Yeah,
of
that was pretty just
right. Like,
okay. So it happened quick.
How many
Yeah.
freaking cameos were in this?
Daredevil, right off the hop.
Oh, that was
first like
technically,
5-10 minutes.
Daredevil's the
Boom.
only cameo.
Boom.
Everybody else has
Sorry,
an active
I meant
playing
Willem
role
Dafoe.
in
Yeah,
this.
you're right. I used the wrong word, but like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
That was
Jamie
really cool.
Foxx.
Bring them all back. That was really cool.
What is? I swear to you, this afternoon I knew every one of their real names and character names. I'm pretty stoned. These pens are deadly sometimes. You just sit here and puff on them. I used to vape, so I just want to puff clouds. I forget I'm doing weed.
Are you liking your family?
Oh, it's awesome. Thank you. I used it today.
They're a lot more stronger. I find them the cloud one.
There's another pen around here.
Oh, I feel it right away.
Yeah, like
Oh, I don't
Did
feel
you
them
do
right
the
away,
old-
but I
the
gotta hit
old,
it them a lot of
ones?
time. I don't know.
The
I'm
old
getting
pens
distracted that by.
that we had, me and Barry
So
had? The other ones.
even though you
I
like,
think-
man,
well, I used them
They're
for
the
Garfield's
cloud-
Redemption.
Anyways, they
That
clogged
was- honestly, that was so
clogged
good.
all
That
the
was so
time.
good.
And
Honestly, I loved how they kind of neatly connected everything that was like hanging. Like, whoa, this got left, and this they explained. Hey, I fought a rhino guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like we all were like, what the heck?
oh,
Like,
and
when they ended it the way they did, and Toby's
Yeah.
like, hey, I fought like he's like, hey, I fought a black alien thing. Like, you know what I mean? And we're like, and they kind of just like kind of brushed it. You know what I mean? Kind of brushed past it.
And if you notice, a lot of the time, like when it was Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire talking, especially in the Statue of Liberty prep scene, like he's always diminutive to him. He's always at a lower level, and until he says, "Hey, man, you're amazing," which I love the play on it. But like Tobey Maguire is the proper seasoned Peter B. Parker.
Yeah.
I used Peter B. Parker for that one as well, but that's because Spider-Verse plays him as both in the cartoon, as kind of like the flop around as well as the heartbroken seasoned professional. And Tobey Maguire played the youth pastor leader pretty well.
I'm an idiot and can't even put on a coat.
I have a
I had
theory.
my arm through the wrong
I have a theory.
hole.
What is your theory?
For Spider-Verse.
Which one? Like the coming Miles Morales feature, or
In general, where they could be taking it, how they're going to introduce.
do you think this will be the time? Like, you think?
I think this will be one
the
of those-
cartoon.
I think it's going to be a
they'll get it?
cartoon, and it's going to be one of those things where literally like he ends up in a different universe.
I can't believe there was
And then he's
even
gonna
a
be like,
post-credit.
what the? And he's gonna end up being real. I think that's how they're gonna
Does anybody
introduce.
remember the Simpsons
yeah.
episode?
Which one?
It's where they find the dimensional space behind the bookcase. Like, it's one of the Treehouse of Terror horrors.
And then they go into a black hole and Homer's in real life.
Yeah, then eventually Homer comes out in real
Oh,
life.
I
and he's
love
like,
that episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
I
like
wondered-
it's gonna do something like that. Like he's gonna end up going through a portal, like whatever,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like, what the? And he's gonna end up being real. And that's where they're gonna introduce him into potentially.
Or
I
even
think
for
they're gonna
this,
blend the
like,
Spider.
yeah.
I feel like they're gonna
They're
blend the
gonna be-
Spider Verse.
yeah, could do it.
I'm thinking one of those octagons is gonna like activate outside of the sequence, and we're gonna see live action, but not an interaction. I don't know, because they man, if
they are going to matter,
the
they're
movie
probably
is-
gonna bring in
the
Miles.
film
I was
has
just trying to
a
get
ton
the bong
finished
out of
to
here.
them
yeah.
for them
face.
to be able to hide casting the live action Miles Morales.
But that's
Impossible.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's how they're gonna do it. Think about it.
Impossible.
But think about it. You're doing an animated version. You're doing whatever.
A hand
You're
melee,
doing like an animated version. Like I said, look, to me it makes the most sense because it's like what the like. Obviously, he's going through different dimensions, so it's gonna be
No, I'm
things,
just saying.
things are gonna look different. So then he ends up getting to one where it's like, what the? Like, he's
I
like,
don't believe that they
I
can
don't
hide
think
that
so.
casting until the
I
movie releases.
you're putting anything past Marvel at this point.
No, it's not Marvel though. No, okay, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys did. We've talked about this a lot in the last couple of weeks. Is that this isn't Marvel. This is Sony, and Sony leaks everything. They give half the movie in the trailers. Like they're horrible for this. So I mean,
I don't know.
there is no
Right.
basic. Like they will not be able to hide.
Make sure you get the book.
I feel like
Guys,
Over the plate and to the left. It's okay.
you get it. He's just gonna be in the room, and it happens naturally.
I don't know why they keep trying. It is what it is.
I know.
Anywho, I don't know. But yeah, so I feel like, but I definitely feel like that.
Pearson
would be
just wants that
interesting-
final, the end of the night. You're like, oh, you should get him high right away. Like, he ends up there anyways. Let it happen. It's called organic.
True.
He's just waiting to smoke the bong to blow it out. You're hoping we start talking again so you don't pay attention to
I
the
see it
cloud
every-
of
I
white
see it
coming over
every
my
time.
shoulder.
I just blow it like
Like a
I just
ninja.
blow it,
He's like a ninja.
spin it back.
Didn't even see him do it.
Right.
It's like those videos where like they just open the sword and the apple's cut in half.
Yes, that's it.
Ryan flicked the lighter and all of a sudden there was smoke out. It didn't see happen.
But
So
yes.
Spider-Man,
Yes, Spider-Man.
past the fact that we get 3 Spider-Man
May-
and Ned
May
is now
passing.
magic.
May passing. That was rough.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Oh my god, that
That
was
was
definitely
rough.
heartbreaking. May, what did you guys think about the way they handled May because the internet didn't want them to kill Ben? Well, Ben was already dead. Like they killed Ben before the series started.
I think the copy I had might have had it cut out what caused her.
Or did you fall asleep?
I remember being like, oh, why is she all of a sudden dying? She was just talking to him about great
The Green
responsibility.
Goblin runs her over.
Yeah, he literally hit her with a glider. We all seen the glider. The glider's pretty sharp. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the glider killed him in the original
Right?
movies.
yeah, so the fact that the glider full on like
You definitely
smashed
have
like
some
into her.
internal
I knew
organ
I
damage.
knew something was gonna
If
happen.
anything.
Like I knew that she wasn't okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of
Spleen,
McGuire's
stuff.
face as he was holding back Holland from?
I honestly felt
It's like-
I think it's one of the only times Tobey Maguire has done a good job playing Spider-Man.
Sweet. Wasn't that bad? Wasn't that bad?
That was a pretty good scene.
It was.
I loved Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man a majority of my life.
It's shanked in the back. Ah.
You're gonna say one scene runs
No,
two really good movies?
no.
There's only
Tobey
there's only
Maguire,
two.
he's a good Spider-Man, but I'm not gonna.
Number 3 doesn't exist.
I'm
Three?
surprised
Well,
someone-
yeah,
someone hasn't
we don't
mixed the
talk
Tobey
about three.
Maguire dance, the Zemo, and
You know what it is?
the play.
It's one of those realities where
Play.
like, it's weird. You know what I mean? It's one of those weird realities. Number 3 is one of those weird realities we don't really talk about. And you
Okay,
just kind of push it to the side.
number 1 is my favorite, the preferred origin story. Like Tobey Maguire's the preferred
Tobey Maguire.
origin story. That's Sam Raimi
They did
telling
it so
a story.
perfectly, yeah.
Well, that's Sam Raimi telling a story, though Tobey Maguire does a decent job portraying it.
He does it great. He's perfect. At the time.
Yes, and this may be one of the times that I'm not using my own tactic of looking through the lens of the time, but Raimi does a great job of telling this story, and Maguire doesn't mess it up. The second one
Why do you
is
hate him so much?
unmemorable to me.
Oh, I loved it too. I thought it was even almost better.
The Doc Ock, the train scene,
Yeah, I love the train scene.
Yeah, it was a whole new thing. It was like thrusting
Exactly.
out of the suit and stuff. That's pretty cool. They
Yeah.
caught him. They brought him onto the train.
Get
That was,
emotionally.
I mean,
charged
it's-
at the
that was
time.
emotional.
No,
That was good.
that scene was one of the few times that we actually see the adaptable strength of Spider-Man from the comic book. So
But also just
And
that-
Cool,
God
like,
helped
again,
them.
I
They
didn't
said,
say there
"Don't
wasn't
fight
good-
Spider-Man. They all started throwing rocks at Octopus, right?
I'm not saying that there isn't good scenes.
But then when they bring him in and he's all injured and they're like, he's just a kid and he's like a hero and they're like, we'll keep it a secret. That was awesome.
That was
I
a good
didn't
scene.
say there weren't good scenes. I just
It was
said
just
it's not
The third one's what killed
a
it for
memorable
me,
film.
yeah.
Like there's a handful of memorable scenes, but I mean, like the only reason I remember the plot is because 4 times they say "power of the sun in my hand." Like, oh my god, I forgot that was the whole plot. Was he was making an atom bomb or whatever.
But number 3 is just hot garbage.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Hey, let's throw 6 villains in and not talk about anything. Not have a story.
true.
Well, yes. Whereas Garfield just didn't get his fair shake to make the third film.
Right. And I think the third one would have been pretty good.
He just rubs me the wrong way. I just don't like the guy. I'm sure he'd be great to hang out here with us and have fun. Oh, and is it just me or did it seem like he needed a haircut in the movie?
I think that was the point. The point
He's
is
supposed to
make
be a
him
little
look
disheveled.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
disheveled. Like he's an old. He's
Not like the
seasoned.
Merovingian or
Like-
anything. Like, no, I'm not that disheveled.
He
Where
got.
was his shopping cart,
he
right?
got
Holy
messed up.
fuck.
He got
Yeah,
messed
honestly, I
up,
want to see him pushing a shopping
Ooh.
cart filled with like old floppy disks.
right?
Might as well, right? They're like,
That'd been
Yeah.
funny. That'd
I
been
am so sorry. I wish we would not have spoken about this. I'm glad we didn't watch it together, so you got like 12 hours of enjoyment. He was here for like 2 minutes, and he's like, "Oh my god, I didn't." Like he came in so happy about the movie, and I'm like 2 seconds of talking to me. He's like, "Oh shit, this was a bad movie." I'm like, "It wasn't a bad movie because you enjoyed it." So just take that to heart. That it was a good movie. It was a good film because you had fun watching it. That's like the coin explanation to Jerry about his R2D2 coins. Jerry, I'm not going to tell you that these coins are going to grow in value or even maintain their current value, but they mean something to you, and that they're valuable to you, and that's all that matters.
Is that like one of the nicer Rick versions?
That's Doofus Rick.
Oh, Jerry was smarter than him and he looked up to him?
He wasn't smarter than him. He was just kind. Like he did the chemical. He made the brownies from liquid, like no baked brownies. He was a smart Rick. He just wasn't an asshole. And for that, they called him Doofus.
Maybe they're right.
Wow.
Jeez.
Heartbroken.
They could be. It's Rick deciding it. Smartest creature in the galaxy.
Yes.
Thanos was right.
And so is Mysterio.
Mysterio was right.
So where does this leave us with our spider? Or is there any? I mean, there's tons we can talk about, but this leaves us in a precarious position of technically not having a current Spider-Man. Because I'm trying to figure out where they've left it. Is there no? Has everyone just forgotten that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, or has everyone just forgotten about Spider-Man? Because if they think about how it's worded, everyone forgets about him, right? So even Doctor Strange.
Yep.
So that means Doctor Strange didn't go to space with Spider-Man. That means Spider-Man.
No, it means all that stuff happened is just blank. I think that's what it means.
They don't know Peter Parker.
They don't
was
know.
him.
Yeah, they just know Spider-Man, but they don't know who is Spider-Man.
Well, that's true because Happy references Spider-Man.
Yeah,
But not understanding.
Everyone
it's
has to
Peter.
forget Peter Parker.
yeah.
So I mean,
So Peter Parker's like literally a nobody.
Oh, right,
Spider-Man.
yeah,
Spider-Man's still a thing.
funnily enough, he's now because they leave him kind of where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was in the beginning of part 2.
Exactly.
End of part 2.
Noticed
End of
that
2?
when he got the apartment, I was like, well, that's actually where I was thinking about where he got that apartment.
Because May gets hurt.
I feel like that's going to be the start of like where he ends up aging into that season Spider-Man where he becomes. Everyone's going to know him. Eventually, they're going to know who he is. Eventually,
I would love to see a really grounded, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man movie now.
I want to see.
I think we'll see Spider-Man going with the reporter or the camera guy.
Well, yeah,
Oh
he's
God,
definitely
I
think they're definitely going to go.
He'll work for the Bugle, the one that hates Spider-Man,
right.
just like it is in
He's
the
going to be an
comics.
intern at the Bugle. He's going to help. He's going to help.
You know what I mean? Like he'll.
I feel like
end
he's
up
going to
working
go
for the
that.
Daily
Because
Bugle,
remember,
where,
Venom left a piece of himself there, right? A piece of the symbiote. So we know that the next where it's leading to him versus their version of Venom,
which is Flash Thompson. We can speculate.
Maybe depends, because it could even be the Spider-Man from, like I said, leading up to the Spider-Man from like the cartoon, right, where he ends up in a really smart school. He ends up in one of those situations.
So
and then he gets Agent Venom.
Wait a second though.
So that could happen.
When everyone forgets Peter Parker, there's video footage and stuff of him being revealed to the world. So there's all the hard drives and stuff.
Apparently, or when you watch them, maybe the spell just doesn't show his face.
Okay, but then if everyone's forgotten Peter Parker, doesn't he not have a social insurance number or driver's license?
Come on, man! Like you gotta, yeah. We don't know if these problems are. We don't know yet.
He's Peter Parker.
So
Peter Parker's still there.
They didn't delete Peter Parker. There's no association of Spider-Man.
So Peter Parker's a person, and Spider-Man is a hero. Which, nobody knows who he is now.
Ned should still be friends with him. That part doesn't make sense.
Well, I feel like it's gonna obviously slowly probably rekindle, right?
I agree, and I feel like something there.
Because obviously
we have to step back like 4 points for a second. Okay. So first off, you mentioned the school, smart Spider-Man and stuff, and I think that's where we were going. We were going to get the guy going towards the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, going to the internship, like the way they did Stark Industries instead of Oscorp. But they took this spell, and him not going to MIT with the other two makes it take a left turn to the Tobey Maguire style, where now he is like, what is he gonna do? Well, he can sell a few pictures of himself now. In this case, I think it's gonna be video footage, and I think Jonah Jameson's gonna be just still up his ass the same way, so he'll stay in New York. And now he'll still sell vlog footage of himself to the Daily Bugle.
Superheroes would have OnlyFans.
Well, if they wanted to remain anonymous. I guess they go through crypto and VPNs and shit.
Yeah,
so
they would be like, they would have
they probably
pay $10 a month and you get to see my private content. And I'm not necessarily saying the adult stuff because it's supposed to
I feel like you're spoiling the boys.
Well, season 3, they might deal with social media more.
Yeah.
Because they've already been getting into that.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely getting into that.
Unfortunately, it's hard not to know what's already like I already know the basic idea of everything that has happened and going to happen in The Boys,
which is why you should have watched it a year or two ago when we told you.
It's hard sometimes because you start getting to that level and.
Hey, MJ.
NWH things. What is NWH? Things you guys didn't like about NWH?
No Way Home.
No.
Things we didn't like.
Things we didn't like.
Oh, I mean, okay. First off, I think there needs to be a better distinction between post-credit and trailer.
Okay. Yes. Trailer. Yes.
Yeah,
it was good. No, it was good that we got something new, but they definitely should have did that differently. for sure. I think that definitely.
I mean, I think it was a really well-rounded film. I don't have a lot of negative to
Yeah.
say about it.
I
liked it.
don't have too much.
And to be
negative say
honest,
about it.
it's the film we've been waiting for since Endgame. And that says a lot because we got Far From Home and we're like,
Definitely,
and then we
for sure.
got... Well, let's just not talk about the other things in the middle because there was a lot of really great content, but not films in the middle.
Shang-Chi,
really
what
good.
we're wearing though is good.
Oh, I
That's the
forgot
only
the
one
Shang-Chi,
in-
yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing a Shang-Chi right now.
But I feel like Shang-Chi and Spider-Man are just really, really great films in a time that they were just really fun.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to
definitely.
be that negative, but I've only seen it 4 times, so I need to dive into it a little
I think
deeper.
Shang-Chi has its problems, but Spider-Man, it's hard to say anything.
Yeah,
bad
like
about it, to be
it was
honest.
good. It was good for waiting as long as we have.
And I mean, they handled the pointing meme well. They handled a lot of what we were expecting well. I'm trying to think of.
I wanted
like,
them to be in the suits doing the pointing.
That would have been fun.
one of them was,
Yeah, but they were
and he had a lab coat on, I guess.
then to be in costume. We got plenty of times with them all 3 in costume. They could have done it then.
Yeah.
That's a minor gripe.
But yeah,
I mean,
still great though.
the fact that
Fine.
oh no, that was Hawkeye that made me watch fucking the Rogers thing.
Oh yeah, no, that was.
Oh, the
Wow.
musical was. The
Can I
best
actually?
part.
Am I just high? Can I not think of anything bad in Spider-Man?
I've watched it like 10 times.
Oh, like I
I
said,
could
it
do
was
this
a
all
pretty good. Like it was solid. It wasn't- and if it was something bad, it was something very minor to
very
where like, it's not even really bad.
I mean, even
You seen that?
okay. So there. Okay,
Per se.
I'll send it to you.
things I didn't like. One,
True.
that opening portal, like it's nothing. Agreed. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Downplaying Doctor Strange's abilities and powers, but I mean, okay. So wait, hear me out. If you maybe think that Ned's family could be from Taolo, there's a potential that he had this intrinsic connection to the magic through his bloodline. So maybe, but I mean, yeah, we're downplaying how hard it was for Doctor Strange to get there, but he also had to get rid of his scientific mind and let go of all that for magic.
So
Next,
yes,
Spidey
yeah. So
trapping
then,
Dr.
yeah, that
Strange.
made it. See, that's why
Okay,
Ned was so easy to do it because he believes in magic and
damn, but they're hitting all 3 of their points
right.
because it's true. You know what? I loved it in the moment, and then it was pointed out to me that by say, you know what, I wrecked Matrix for you, and you totally wrecked the mirror dimension scene for me. Oh, this is just quadratics and divide by 3, and yeah, no, the Spidey trapping Doctor Strange, and he just gets the sling ring off like that, off. You know, the second best sorcerer, third, I guess, because of Wanda being a witch.
Yeah,
And
well, think about it. His spidey senses are faster than his regular reflexes, right? So he was easy to like you were able to grab it because he's that quick.
and the
So I could see
Ned's
why
portals
that
were very
happened.
convenient for the plot.
Well, right, of course.
They
Well,
worked
apparently he
when they
comes. Well,
needed
remember,
them.
he apparently comes from magic, right?
Yeah.
movie's got a movie.
Right.
To steal a term from another channel. And the Venom post credit, I agree. It's a really long walk from the post credit in Venom to have him just warp back out.
Just to be sent back, like that was a little.
And okay, so
yeah, I do
does that mean that if okay, so I hated the fact that some of it was left in the coin because that's to say that whole time there's just a piece of like Venom just shedding because he's drunk. Weird. And then
Yes.
part 2 of that is I guess none of like Alfred Molina's crap. If anyone went to the bathroom, that didn't follow them back to the dimension, right? So there's still traces in there. So I guess potentially, yes, Venom could have left him a piece behind. But I mean, it felt like a really long road for just an in and out and we have a piece of a symbiote now. So you're right. There was a couple in there that weren't exactly well. Yeah, I didn't like those things, but I didn't realize the Doctor Strange and Spidey one.
Good looking
until
out,
much
actually.
after.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I definitely agree with that.
Oh, I got to torch myself.
They're definitely not the.
Right?
But I definitely still, like I said, the whole Ned thing. The fact that he mentioned he has magic, he's from magic, or he has magic in his blood somewhere, or whatever. I feel that kind of like that's what kind of.
But I mean, there was
I'll be
more.
later.
They gave more setup. They showed those knives. Like
Yeah,
there's a
we'll do it together. That's right.
whole plate of knives on the wall, like a display with.
Oh, shit. All right, let's not do that. No more breaking.
There was a display with with all the knives and some
You wanna go
writing in the
first?
center, which is why I think potentially Ned may come out to be like a full-blown natural
Try and get it
Harry
under,
Potter-esque wizard,
What's that?
like Granny.
No, it's not.
No,
It's goes then.
count to 5.
Okay.
Go. You're good.
Go? Okay.
Now go.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay, go.
Boiling. He's gonna cough because they didn't clean the chain. They didn't clean the thing. Okay, well they're about to destroy themselves. I'm going to put on a video.
Kids know the cat is on the run. He robbed the bank with a big gun. Now he's running from the law to save his hide and save his paws. Kids know the cat is on the run. And he goes, oh.
All right, we're back.
That was my nickname.
We are back, and we are talking and spoiling Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Matrix. So Hawkeye, we get to see a transfer of the name. We get to see a transfer of the knowledge. We get to see a transfer of it all.
Yes.
How
I
did you feel?
I liked it. I like how they brought Wilson Fisk in. Typical Wilson Fisk.
Right up, starting
Snapping the arrow. Basically bulletproof in a sense. Like he's just going at it. Like,
That was
typical
pretty
Wilson
dope.
Fisk. That was pretty cool. I like that. I like that we got to see a taste of what he's
I like that we started off with
For sure.
started the whole episode right off with, I'm pissed off, let's make a statement. So
right.
now the hijinks at least make sense.
Yes.
Because I'm like, up until now, all these actions, all right, she's trying to find the killer, but I mean, no one's calling the big boss to be like, hey, like, we're doing this all for an Avenger. Should we not do this? Like, you think just like Hawkeye knew that Kingpin didn't want this kind of acknowledgement, so why on earth would his own men? And clearly they have their own. Like Kingpin has his
You know
own.
what? We have a
access
mission.
to-
Let me start shooting at Hawkeye because I'm pissed off at Hawkeye and F up the entire mission. Let's do that. And just start shooting at Hawkeye. It's like, well, dude, like, what the heck, man? Like, there's a whole mission there.
So I feel like for this episode was the first time that the hijinks made sense because Kingpin's like, flat out, no, my city, and it's time to make a statement, and I'm going to take out an elite at the same time. And that fails miserably to a gang of LARPers.
That was funny.
And that cop chick at the end, like the head of the guild leader, like going up to Jacques, the swordsman, and be like, you handle that sword well.
What am I talking?
Yeah,
I got some blood in my tongue.
This guy, like, I actually really like the Jacques character in the beginning. I'm like, but like he's just eternally optimistic and ready to do the right thing.
Right.
So, I mean, that means Marvel will make him a bad guy in the next one, I'm sure. And we end with again, spoilers as we go, but we end with a gun to Wilson Fisk's chest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
we
gonna
didn't
say
we didn't hear where we actually shot him.
no, I know. I said we just end with a gun to his chest.
Whoa, pretty sure
Dude, it didn't show, though, did
I
it?
feel like I know.
I
what
just
happened.
said we end with a gun pointed at his chest.
Yeah, okay, fair
I
enough.
feel I know where it's going.
I feel
Then he
like-
grabbed her hand in time and got out of the way, threw her, and tried to run away before she got back up.
I feel.
Or he shot her in the arm.
I feel like she shot him, but this is Fisk we're talking about. So realistically, he's not 100% bulletproof, but he's pretty bulletproof. Like it's straight muscle, like ridiculous muscle to the point where
I mean, point blank, he's pretty beat up. He's already got to be pretty much made a fucking hamburger.
Yeah, he's
So, I
like
mean,
live
I think-
explosion.
I think he hits and gets out of the way.
like I feel like he definitely
grenade
stopped
to the head.
her. He definitely stopped her. Probably hurt her. They're gonna find her. That's what I think. They're gonna find her. They're gonna have to nurse her. But it's gonna be one of those
Nearly died.
situations where, yeah, they got to nurture her back to health.
All right, let's put this
I
away.
think that's what the takes place.
Personally,
They start off where she's recovering and
Yeah.
building herself back up to go back and face Fisk again, type of deal. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Ooh,
That's
maybe,
what I think.
maybe Yolanda's jumping
Oh yeah,
roof to roof, and she after Fisk dodges the bullet, comes down, saves Echo, like, hey, you want a new insignia on your chest? And then I think passionate woman time in Venice for like 3 months. 'Cause she's still on that vacation. She's like, Echo, I'm kidding. Maybe that's some fan fiction in there. Might go weird quick. I'm not sure why. I'm just stoned.
What's
What's
your
another
favorite
leader?
boob shot?
Oh my God, no. Jesus. Most of this involves a young woman.
Scarlett Johansson?
No, she's
Haley Seinfeld.
Well, I'm talking about the partner, Scarlett Johansson.
she's not in this.
This is not true.
I looked it up. I
We can
think
do this all day.
I just want to hear you
Musical?
say,
The musical? Oh man.
I mean,
hope you know the magic word is.
and I didn't even like. You guys are both looking at me like I'm so upset that it happened. I was just more that
it's a great
it's what
song.
was at the end of all that would have been great during the credits.
You wanted a real post credit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
give me
100%.
anything other than
I know
that
exactly.
for the actual post credit.
Yeah.
Because it was the only post credit of the season. So I mean, yay, more Rogers the musical. This is already like it shows up in Spider-Man, like it's all over. I'm like, great, this is going to be a really weird, large focus. But I mean, the reason it's a focus is kind of has to do with the
Linking.
boys.
Also linking, right?
Well, I think it's going to be. I think you're going to start to see stories about the monetized.
musical soon. In real life, I mean.
I would like to go see it.
I would totally go see it. If it was
Guaranteed they're
musical.
gonna have this. It's
But-
right just well with the fans now.
But there's a reason the
It's-
musical's
it's
in there.
Not, it's the
Which is?
perfect not to do it.
Well, I think they're taking from the boys a little bit here, and I think the next couple of properties may talk about the monetization. Like they already touched on it with Falcon and Winter Soldier
I'd be surprised if
and
they go that route.
She-Hulk. Like I think they're going to start talking a little bit about the monetization of this. Like, who's making money off of the musical? The writer of it, but who's the characters based on the
Did
story?
you see how much the orchestrator, I guess,
Was that not?
was like into it?
Oh yeah, at the end there, that was hilarious.
Was that not Booth?
Who's Booth?
John Williams Booth?
Oh, I don't know what he
I
looks
have
like.
no idea.
Like, I'm pretty sure that was a big name composer.
No idea.
Like that wasn't like a nobody conductor.
I was trying to see who was in the crowd,
I would be surprised. That makes sense.
and there was someone that looked a lot like Lance Ulrich, but
Lance Ulrich?
or Lance Reddick.
Lars Ulrich?
No,
The drummer from Metallica?
older black actor, like bald, really famous. Like,
I have no idea.
anyway, I was trying to see who was in the crowd for the musical.
I did not notice anybody in the crowd, but I was paying attention to the lyrics both times, and like there's
Central shot though, there's someone that looks like Widow and someone who looks like Captain America. And the main focus behind the conductor.
oh weird. She dead. And then with Spider-Man's post credit, we are left with, and it's not even a post credit because Marvel just released it as a trailer 2 days ago. So now it's just a trailer out on the internet instead of
Yeah.
it being a post credit. So like, well, that was you made me sit again. It's just you made me sit in my seat uncomfortably at a time where I'm not allowed popcorn or a pop. Just a report again of the situation. And I had to sit there to the end to watch a trailer that came out the day after I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Like I was coughing.
So that
and
bothered
I
me a
couldn't do
lot.
anything about it because like I have a dry throat,
I wouldn't do
and
it.
I was just
I
like, I
wouldn't.
can't even bring water.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna get too deep into
All right.
any of that stuff.
Oh,
I'm
so
just
Lance
saying.
Reddick, he was the boss in Fringe.
He was the what?
The boss in Fringe. The random.
Oh.
That's Lance Reddick.
Oh, okay.
So I swear, there's someone that looked very much like him sitting behind the conductor. But it's even on 1080p, I couldn't quite tell. So that's my little bit for Easter eggs.
All right. I will get deep into that then. But there are some other lyrics in there, and I forgot. I meant to write them down. I will rewatch it again. But again, it's just showing these things at the end used to actually get. They used to be hints for a specific
Then we'll get shawarma.
genre of people.
Shawarma.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there used to be things at the end of the films for specific people,
Oh, yeah.
and then shawarma happened. Fuck! Oh my god, he
Is that
wrecked
your Swiss
another thing in
cheese?
Marvel for me.
Is that your Swiss cheese?
Cheese whiz.
Whedon might be Joss might be the worst thing to happen to Marvel.
Or the best, because
Worse.
he made Buffy too.
Worse. He didn't make the good Buffy.
Okay, just stop. Anyway, go on. What's your point?
Whatever, sir.
You're just rubbing it in. You know, we know well that.
But see, if he compared it to Slender Man, so now I won't pick it. Who was my point? Oh no, Joss Whedon. He wrecked the post credit because at the end of the Avengers, all we got was the shawarma. I'm like, wait, what? Like, these are supposed to be little things to tell, like, for us to gossip and talk about, and now like it's just so like it just kind of took away the spirit of why we enjoyed them to begin with.
But think about this. There have been spoilers. Well, sorry, not spoilers. Little Easter eggs that lead to something and a cool clue in the next movie. But you don't really remember them. But look at how much of a life shawarma's taken on by dude.
Are you kidding me?
Something silly.
Between big green men, mutants, and men from space, I got enough on my plate that I don't want to have to deal with you too. That was one of the greatest things to ever happen to any of us. The first post-credit scene, Iron Man 1. Nick Fury shows up at Tony's house, turns around and gets pissed at him for being a pain in the ass right away. But the mutant line was cut.
But how many times has shawarma been referenced now in Marvel properties? I think that's at least the second, where they've referenced it after being a restaurant scene.
No, they're meta. They've meta referenced it. I don't know that joke that they made.
Oh, it was in What If, I think. Didn't they get shawarma in What If?
Yeah.
Oh no, Hulk asked, do you guys know what shawarma is?
Yeah, no.
Are you aware of shawarma?
There.
No, I get it. But I mean that's awesome. Wicked. People remember that they went for shawarma. And I mean, they remember Tony's line about shawarma probably more than the actual post-credit scene.
Okay, sorry. Here's another. You know when you go to the liquor store and you get that extra little bottle attached to the neck? And it's usually the same liquor.
No, it's usually something special and new.
I know.
That's the point.
And you're like, this one doesn't have
You're
it.
making
We're
my
like,
point for me.
okay, but sometimes, you know what? Normally it just doesn't have it.
Which bottle do you grab off the shelf, though? Do you grab, if there's two?
Yes.
Which one do you grab?
The one that has.
Oh, of course. So that's what I'm saying. Is that you've made my point for me. Thank you.
No, but they've got a monopoly. They don't have to do it.
I mean, yeah, if you want to point out the reason why they don't do it as much, but sure, that's the problem. Yeah, I was getting to that. Yeah, I agree.
No, my point would be then you should just make the original bottle much bigger.
But I don't want more of that same
or better. Thing. So you don't even need
the point you've made. Again, you made my point. Was the post credit was the bottle's supposed to be something new and different.
Okay.
But they're like, you should be happy we even ever thought of adding the bottle.
What's your point?
I'm just playing devil's advocate against because you're arguing that the thing should come with the free thing, and I'm like, well, it doesn't. This time.
I'm sorry. Arguing that they've set a very large precedent.
No. Post credits are like mandatory at this point. Like,
yeah.
See, that's what I mean.
No, but it is. If you think about it, if you built the whole thing,
does a band have to play an encore? Like, do they owe it?
If you've played an encore every movie, yes, you have. Yes.
But now you're setting expectations.
That they set that expectation when you did it.
And I'm serious when I say this. They were allowed to do it wrong, or they were allowed to not have it once. Endgame.
Allowed.
Right?
Like,
it makes sense.
Hear me out.
Because you're ending it, right?
This is therefore don't act like I'm the wrong one. This is their formula that I'm telling you. They are formulaic in this, but they've taken a step back in Okay, so like the wow, I can't think. I'm about to say something
This
positive.
is how they
about,
helped you on
Far
your
From Home.
product, and you're like, hey,
In
the
Far
drug
From
used
Home,
to came with this much extra.
they literally set up Secret Invasion in Far From Home, Secret Wars.
Yeah, they did the scrolls.
That was a great
right.
post-credit
the
scene.
scrolls, right?
WandaVision had a great post-credit scene furthering the setup of that.
For
Yeah.
madness, yeah.
No. When at the end, when Monica Rambeau gets tapped by the Skrull,
Oh, okay, yeah.
someone wants to see you. Where?
Okay, yeah,
Up there.
yeah.
So we already answered on this.
It's true.
Yeah.
Even that.
So
long
you know what I
last
mean?
one?
Like that each one of these, the long one. They were telling us the three
Oh, right,
things
right,
that
right.
they didn't like about it. It was
Sorry
up on
about
the
that.
screen. No problem. You're stoned. You were locked away for a bit there. But
Oh, that nearly killed me.
the each one of these post credits have a
They kind of-
defined meaning.
They basically
Oh,
set up
definitely.
certain things. So when you take it away, it's kind of like
Even when Guardians
It's a
gave you
little bit-
4 ones that are just jokes, they still gave you information. And in this case, they didn't. They gave us, unless they really are going the consumerism capitalist storyline of the money side of what did I just call it?
The musical?
Monetizing superheroes, or at least monetizing the likeness and image of superheroes without. Which they hinted at in Infinity War. It was like, wait, there's an ice cream about me.
Yeah.
Hulk goes unaware.
Hulk,
he's
yeah,
off
the Hulk
planet.
Yeah.
it's like Hulk Buster or something. So it was something.
Actually, I
But
wanted
he has
to.
like- he has
Hulka burning chocolate or something like
it's like,
that.
yeah, and he
Hulka
has his own-
burning
he has his own
fudge.
flavor or whatever. And like and then they were like even like, hey, like, oh, they don't know Ant-Man, but they know all the others and whatever, and they're saying, oh, like they're
Should have been
he's
like
talking
Hulk
about that.
Smashberry or something.
But yeah,
Hulka burning fudge or something like that.
but yeah, no, but like but it makes sense because they're starting to put tidbits in.
But then with all these beautiful end credit scenes, again, I'm still just comparing it to, oh, well, this time it came with a really nice wine, or this time the bottle it came with was a half liter.
Yeah,
but you're
it's-
saying we should just be happy with what they give us. In reality,
but it's like if you
this product.
But you're buying the bottle and they're just throwing that in. So when they don't include it, you're like, hey, I was used to that. But they're like, hey, you're still just buying the bottle. We were just not throwing in the free thing this time.
I don't know. I feel like
I entirely disagree. This is part of their formula
Yeah, I
since
feel
day
like-
one.
I
This
feel like
wasn't a
they
free.
ties
hook
in-
you.
ties
No,
in-
but it's
to
not.
hook you.
You're
Yeah,
making
but-
it sound like it's a free additive
But it's like
when
at this
they
point,
made it
if they
part of
did-
their
If
formula,
they've done it maybe once or twice,
which means it's
different.
part of their
I
movie.
feel like-
It's still setting
Once or
up for the
twice is
Sinister
different.
Six.
I feel like once or
What
twice
is?
is different, but when
Wait,
you do a
so-
majority
wait.
of movies, I feel
I'm-
like at that point, obviously, like like
What's setting up for Sinister Six?
This new posting that we've seen with Venom. I think it's gonna be
What posting?
that we just saw in Spider-Man.
the one with
The post-credit scene.
Yeah,
Sorry,
where
like,
he
you said
says-
post. I didn't.
yeah, release a piece of
So really
piece of
quickly,
himself.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be Flash Thompson, and then it'll be
No,
That-
I think it's gonna be no.
Unless they go the
genuinely
agent,
think
if they go the agent Venom route, then yes, maybe.
and then
Jameson.
what else? Who else do they?
It'll be Jameson.
That'd be hilarious.
It'll be Jameson. No, not J. Jonah Jameson. His
Oh,
son.
his son. Yeah, that makes sense.
The original carrier of the symbiote.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
the guy that
maybe.
brings it down originally in the comic book.
That could be it. Yeah.
Wait, but technically, he's dead already.
Yeah.
Because remember, Venom, the symbiote. Remember the symbiote.
Wrong
took over-
universe. We're talking about Spider-Man's universe where he left behind part of him. Now he
Okay,
doesn't have to go to
you're right.
space.
No, yeah. Because I'm thinking of the actual Venom.
Now he doesn't have to go
You're
to
right.
space.
You're right.
He could just be on vacation.
Yeah.
It's true.
He could be on shore leave.
Yeah.
It's true.
Or now that piece is there because of the setup of the hive mind and the announcement of it, the symbiotes of this universe could now be like, wait, there's a planet with food. All right, we're going there. And in the time of it calling it could have become
Oh, I still have some.
part of one of us, and that's where we get. Oh wait, I'll fight them when they get here. We get a Venom versus Venom
That'd be sick.
because it could
I'm
land,
still
get on
stuck on
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
and then fight the
Or
local one and be like, "What the fuck?" Or the local
yeah,
one
what did
land
you
on
think of
Spider-Man
that?
and then fight whatever.
Is
It's
that
more
for
the-
Sinister Six, or what do you think?
I'm looking forward to that one though. Symbiote Spider-Man is my favorite.
Oh, I didn't.
So I
really
can't wait till he
understand
gets.
any of it.
I
Like,
can't wait till
Okay.
they introduce Symbiote Spider-Man.
The one I
That's
saw,
gonna be
it was in
actual
Spanish, so I couldn't even
proper
understand
symbiote
what
Spider-Man.
it was.
So what happened was
That's gonna be nice.
Venom,
That's gonna be nice.
in Spider-Man's world, like we left him in the
That's gonna be
post credit and Venom 2. You've
One
seen
second,
the movie,
guys.
right?
We'll see Tom Spidey before Phase 5. I don't know. I think we're going to see an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in the Venom,
Yeah.
Morbius, Blade.
makes
Well,
sense.
not the Blade world, I guess. I don't know.
Ghost Rider.
I don't think we're going to get Ghost Rider right
Not yet.
away.
Not yet.
At least not for a while. And I genuinely think that's because of the Disney market
I
going
think
to
they're
China.
gonna, with Madness. I feel like they're supposed to be opening that realm though, like where
It's got to be a
introduce Blade,
dimension,
it's gonna
and
introduce
it
Blade
can't be
and
hell.
Dark. It's going to be introduced. They're going to introduce their.
But I mean,
it's probably going to be a glimpse.
they
of
can't
them.
have the devil.
It's not going to be like direct.
They can't have the devil. They will not do a devil. They will not do hell. So they have to do a dimension.
Well,
They'll
yeah,
have to do these creatures
Yeah.
are from something like that. But I mean, I think we'll see Tom Hardy with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in a parallel line dimension going on as we've seen them already. And I think that'll involve Morbius and I mean a handful of other characters like Miss Spider-Man or Miss not who just announced.
Some Iron Fist
Who?
is coming.
Miss Marvel.
No, the Spider one.
So he's with
Spider-Woman.
Daredevil.
That was
I
just
mean,
announced.
Defenders.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea. That the Fantastic Four could potentially.
Yeah,
Again, I don't know.
only
Get
the Iron Fist
Spider-Man,
dude from
Spider-Man
Netflix,
with
so we
the
need the Iron Fist.
paper bag on his head.
I just
That one's cool.
it would be a good idea to introduce the symbiote brand new into the MCU. But the fact is, the MC or the Fantastic Four is the first family of the MCU. When they come to the MCU, they will come to the MCU, not over to the Sony verse. It's not a property that they'd let Sony have a say in. So I think Fantastic Four would just be straight up their own property. I don't even think we'd see Tom Holland in it, let alone Tom Hardy. But maybe they just keep throwing shit against the wall and it sticks, so we get it. So I mean,
it could be anything. To be honest.
really, yeah, they're. I mean, well, this time the reason the movie works so well is because Marvel said, if you want to keep doing this shit, you got to let us take a bigger control. Like we need to guide you better, and that happened.
Here's a thought: who?
And thanks for chatting along, MJ. We appreciate the
Thank you,
interaction.
thank you.
Who would you like to see also be pulled in? Because I mean, they pulled in 1 million people, but they didn't pull in everyone.
Oh, like who were they missing that I would have preferred to see?
Or that they could in the future. Now that they've shown we'll do kind of anything.
I'm.
Like I couldn't have predicted some of those people they got, but because
I-
you remember I didn't watch any of the trailers, so I had no clue who was coming.
I would have. Okay, so either in
Or
Spider
news or
Verse
anything. Rumors.
or in either in this big crossover, I would have liked to have seen 95 Spider-Man. But
That would be cool.
I would like because they did a cartoon, they could have totally had the 95 Spider-Man in there. Like, why didn't they jump into that universe? But again, they did as much cameoing as they could in that one and referential stuff as they could. So
No, I just even mean any Marvel character from any past property, dead or alive,
to have been brought into the Spider movie.
to be brought in through a portal because they just caused havoc.
Oh, just like the next introduction that isn't already slated. Like,
You know what would have been sick?
oh,
I would have liked like an actual Rhino,
Yeah.
like a full on,
Alpha Flight.
like that would have been sick. I mean, like in general, like an actual like.
Well, I think his
Suit.
question's broader than
But
that. I
nobody
would
saw
have
the
like,
shadow
if there
of
anybody
Rhino?
into the MCU, Alpha Flight.
That
You
would
didn't
have
see
been
the
sick.
shadow.
There was a shadow. Was that right?
That was
Yeah.
Rhino. You guys. didn't
Well,
see
not
the
a
Rhino
shadow.
film?
It was one of the light
Yeah,
beings in the sky was shaped like a rhino.
One was Venom for sure. Like
One
Yeah.
was
Venom
Rhino,
for
100%.
One
But,
was
And we
Venom.
know we're getting the Sinister Six, so Rhino's coming. So we know.
My answer is Alpha Flight.
You'd like to see Alpha Flight show up?
Yeah, I'd like to see the MCU introduce Alpha Flight.
That's the Canadian team,
Yep.
right?
With
That would be-
Wolverine.
That would be really
Puck,
cool.
Wolverine,
That would be cool.
Nightwolf. No,
Captain Canuck.
Night Monkey?
Yeah, Captain Canuck.
No,
Yeah,
yes, kind of guy. I said no, not
I
Nightwing.
was like, what?
Silver Fox.
That would be cool.
And a handful of other really cool characters. But yeah, Alpha Flight would be my answer. Ryan, who would you like to see brought into MC or any property right now? What would your next? Who would you want to see them just come out with next? It's not already slated. Do not. Pick
I'm
a
excited.
property coming.
I'm excited for them to introduce the X-Men 100%.
Yeah, I guess that's not announced technically yet.
But the property that I'm excited for is obviously the 1997 X-Men cartoon series. The most excited one I am for. Just because growing up watching X-Men,
They might actually make that canon. Maybe another universe.
Every story they've ever done has been from that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they could literally make it canon where like, oh, a portal gets opened, and you know what I mean? It's like, oh, again, into the real world.
Yeah, fair enough.
They can bring it in too, right? And that'd be interesting because like they're literally opening it up from the original cartoon and continuing it, and then that would be interesting. And then that's how they introduced X-Men into the MCU.
What if they did?
That would be interesting. I think that would be pretty cool, actually.
What if they brought it into canon at 1999 when first X-Men came out? That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, so I think there could be some fun referential stuff here, but I really don't think they're going to bring Ryan Singer's full cast back. We're not going to get any. Like we might get a cameo of Hugh Jackman now, but when everyone keeps referencing Hugh Jackman from many, many, many years ago. Like we're talking 2016.
I can't wait till we get a Wolverine dance with an Easter egg in it.
Wolverine dance.
A dancing, yeah, like Zemo.
They're really
Zemo dance?
They're really obsessed with this stuff.
Have you watched the Zemo dance
Yes,
on YouTube?
I've seen it. Yes.
The 1 hour version?
I don't think anyone hasn't seen the Zemo. If you're a fan, I think you've seen it.
Honestly,
yeah.
I didn't know that it had really happened. And then I saw the pitch meeting, and then the headline. I'm like, wait, what? And then these guys were talking about it all the time. Like, I had no idea it got that popular. I really didn't.
No, it's up there, definitely.
And and though I find it mildly annoying, I really don't care that it's there. I'm just never. They're obsessed with me trying to that I'm going to watch it. Like, I wouldn't care if there's a Easter egg in it. I can just watch a video that'll tell me what time to go look for the Easter egg. And
the point is to
clip.
enjoy the dancing. Like that's the point.
But it's an hour of him repeating the same 8 seconds.
1 hour, 7.5 million views on the official Marvel Entertainment.
Hey, and like, don't get me wrong.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I have watched Bacon Pancakes New York for hours. I had it playing in the background, but that's just a fun song. I have no need to watch. I would never watch a repeat. Would you ever watch a repeated clip for hours?
I have, yes.
Like it's only 18 seconds.
Is it really that short?
Yeah, like I don't think it's very long.
Not for hours.
It's not. It's probably like maybe 2 minutes.
Maybe I would say
Or
probably,
maybe
I would
1
say a
minute.
couple minutes.
Right, because they released an extended version of the 6 second clip. Like it's just him doing this, and then it's over.
It might be. I watched it. So it's maybe 4 minutes. I would say.
Yeah.
4, maybe 3. Maybe
That's
3.
all right, hey man. I guess in this case, you win the Marvel. What you're willing to put your body through just to? No, I couldn't do it. It's ridiculous.
I just had it on the living room. I was doing other stuff.
Like I find having to wait till the end to see a preview extraneous. So
I am getting frustrated that there's no HD out of the Eternals because I want to see it, but I don't want to pay money. And
I was gonna say.
he means because he already pays for Disney Plus. And
Yeah,
wishes
of
that they
course.
would like by now we should be able to buy it on Disney Plus for like if Disney wanted to make money proper right now, like they'd be like, all right, no one likes Eternals, let's put it up. You can pay an extra $10 this month and get Eternals. All right, cool, I'm down.
Yeah,
They're probably spacing it.
yeah, 100%. Why
for
would
this
they do
gap. Like we might get surprise announcement sometime in January because there's nothing.
It's
else
January
else.
12th.
It's January 12th. It doesn't come out till.
Oh well, there you go. They spaced it to maximize
45 days
Yeah.
from premiere. It's literally spaced specific to time.
Well,
And
it
it's part
sounds
of
like they
contract
planned
of
the
it.
release of their other stuff to
45 days till it hits
space
Disney.
out the crack injection.
You'll get Spider-Man. Oh wait, where's Spider-Man going? Does anyone know? I actually don't know where Spider-Man is going because I don't think it's going on Disney. I don't know where the streaming rights are going. Where's Sony stream?
Oh no, they
It's-
definitely got.
It's
stuff
going on
back.
HBO Max.
No, they got which
And
one? The one that just came
No,
out.
Matrix did have HBO Max. HBO has
it's
nothing
going on
to-
Netflix for sure.
So what is
No.
does Sony on HBO?
Sony's on Netflix. 100%.
No, I think he's right about Netflix. I don't think it's on HBO Max though.
No, Spider-Man
Yeah,
on Netflix.
Yeah,
I
I
think
know
that's
that-
what that.
they
know
have
that
all
they-
the Sony properties, all the.
I know that
Spider-Mans.
they had stuff, but I remember they were saying something about them getting stuff.
No,
No,
they,
pretty
they
sure
have
it's right.
everything
Really?
for Sony. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah. The Spider-Verse is on
Sure.
there, Into the Spider-Verse, all the Spider-Mans, every Spider's up there.
I'm pretty sure. I it's easily researched, and
And yeah, it will go just at Netflix 100%.
I'm sure Zach could have told us by now.
Yeah, exactly. He's pretty high.
I was listening to it. I'm still not sure what you asked. I'm following the whole conversation.
Now, I was really surprised that Sand, like, out of all the
Sandman?
characters to
Yeah.
flip,
Sandman. And
Yeah, like-
and off. That was.
but he
Well,
didn't
off
flip.
makes sense because
Off didn't flip.
always the fuck. It was always the chip. It was
Off
always,
never
it was
flipped.
always the chip. It was, for him. It was
Well, no,
always the chip.
I mean, to
Off
become a dick that easily.
Yeah.
Like, he was sitting there, he was in, he convinced others to be in, and then just because two screwed off, he's like, I'm out. Yeah, I'm gonna go be a dick with them.
Yeah, that was kind of weird that they flipped it.
Like,
Well, I guess they wanted to give him that. Hey, like he is Sandman, and Sandman's a jerk.
he
Like,
knew that he could never see his kid again. He joined this so he had an option to see his kid. So I mean, like, it doesn't make any sense for him to be like, all right, I'll just screw. I'll never see my kid
Oh,
again.
okay.
Let's kill everybody.
yeah, like that part
Thank you.
kind of fell through.
Yeah.
Pointing it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I need to be.
So I mean, yeah, so there's a bit of a hole in Sandman's story,
Better than being long.
but you can sift through it if you want. Stoners, that was a good joke.
I was kind of listening, but I didn't.
I said there was some holes in Sandman's story, but you can sift through it if you want. No, not a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I like. Oh, you're evaluating.
No, I was like I was
How funny-
groaning
it's
and
like-
then going.
it's like,
going
how funny?
big-
How funny is this? Wait.
I groaned and I'm like, that's the mark of a good pun. Made you groan.
Yes, Uncharted. Uncharted looks interesting.
I mean,
It does, yeah.
Okay, can I?
I'm
Before
a
we
huge
talk
fan of
about,
the game, so
do you not find it jarring to watch a trailer of an actor
Who's already
is in the movie you're about to see? I'm like, I don't want to see him as another character right now. Like, I have just spent
Yeah.
days getting ready to see him as Spider-Man.
And that's
oh,
why-
here's his other trailer. I'm like, you morons! Like, why are you giving me this right now?
That's why I explained watching Harold and Kumar and seeing Doogie Howser was tough to then go into the Matrix.
I agree.
But I didn't watch the trailer for Uncharted. I'll just watch it when it comes out, and it's a great game. Me and Drew talked about it.
yeah, oh yeah.
Great.
So now we're talking about how
Okay,
awesome
okay,
the trailer
You
looks
played
when he's
the
like jumping
Only
bin
4.
to bin, and
Okay,
then
yeah.
he still ends up flying out of
Yeah, I
the
played
thing.
from
Like,
the
ah, shit,
beginning,
obviously it's
there's
fine.
Right,
So
of course.
it's-
No, that's
it's-
it. That's another
it's-
series. Like that game series. Like
Oh, Jim.
that's definitely like a
yes,
1,
sir.
2.
Yeah,
The, making movies
Yeah,
wise,
1,
I
2,
can
and
see
3.
them actually doing well with that because
I'll give you
it
one.
is a very good,
Yeah,
a very good story.
We all have PS3s.
Do you want to play Uncharted?
I mean, literally, we all have PS3s, right?
That's true. I have one.
Technically, not.
Oh, do you not? Or wait, you have a PS4?
PS5.
Oh.
PS4.
Oh,
Let's do it double.
But yeah, so I no, you know what? I do
You
have
have
a
Rick and Morty?
PS3. I do have a PS3, but my disc drive doesn't work.
do you have Rick and Morty? Do you have Rick and Morty on PS4? Of course you don't. You didn't watch the show back then.
No, I did not.
I want a PS4 for one reason. I want Rick and Morty VR, and I need the setup for that.
We do have it. They have it for me for. Shit. I didn't know that.
Drew, are you gonna go in the metaverse?
Are you in the metaverse?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
I'm gonna get the Elon Musk chip and everything, and then download myself.
Did
just
you hear
download
about in the
myself
news
into it,
about
for sure.
the biggest NFT? I just heard Steve Curry just had a shoe made of him, like digitally, like a digital shoe. And yeah, they're going for like $333. And
Brian,
they're already sold
I'd
out.
like to tell you about NFTs.
Just get up, just like yeah.
No,
You get
South
on these
Park.
NFTs and
Oh, I know.
eggs and
Oh
everything.
my god, it's so
I
good.
still
haven't
That's you.
I was
But yes,
Zach, what do you think
about NFTs.
about the trailer at
I
the
think it's a
end
good idea. Should we
of
invest in
Spider-Man? You haven't
NFTs?
watched this. You haven't watched the
I
documentary.
still
Digital
watch
presence in our digital world and metaverse, we could actually make some good money.
we should invest everything into it. But yeah, Hawkeye. Hawkeye. It's pretty good. I liked it. Honestly didn't realize that the mother was the bad guy until like the last episode where I'm like, oh, he's getting arrested. She framed him. Oh, that made sense. And then I was like, that was a whole thing for me.
What do you think? about NFTs,
But I
right?
liked it. I liked that spin. I liked that it was the mother the whole time. That was interesting. That was good. Also, I also like the fact that she did the hero thing, right? She let her mom get arrested. You know what I mean? She's like, "You're really gonna let your mom get arrested on Christmas?" Yes, you killed someone. Like what?
That was pretty manipulative.
like,
You
what kind of shit
murdered
is
a
that?
man.
What kind of shit? Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta let your mom get arrested on Christmas. Yes, mother, you killed someone.
And I
feel
think
like-
NFTs are a plausibly fun thing for people to work in. If they find value in them, they can have fun. But I personally don't think I'm going to invest any of my time or money into.
Do you think they could bring value to the artist or value the artist? Or what do you think about
I mean,
advertisements with
okay,
artists
so
doing their own thing,
Here's the
or-
problem: is that NFTs are structured like a pyramid scheme, and did all of our phones just like, shut this whole broadcast down? No, because like the whole idea that yes, the artist gets a portion of everything underneath and so on and so forth. So I get that,
I
but
found online.
Just online.
It's like, oh, look what I found online. Information.
so yeah, I'm not quite on board with them.
We should be jumping on them like cryptocurrency, or where do you think?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be
The next dodo coins,
Up a dump situation?
more a predatory
Yeah.
thing. And
They start putting up random stuff. And you're like, oh yeah, invest
What do
in
you
this.
think?
And then you're gonna hear a lot of people like, oh, I
Do
put
you
all
think
this money in
NFTs
this,
are
and
going to be the
then they
next
disappear.
Bitcoins?
And then
or-
a lot of
I
that,
have,
yeah. I feel like a lot of that might happen. Definitely.
4,200 Dogecoins.
Okay.
4,200.
Yeah, I have 4,200,
Oh,
but it's 420. Like that seems like a good number.
and will you be
420
investing any of those in NFTs?
No, I'm just playing around with that one. It's just silly. They can go to zero. That's fine. But
And I mean, I've got nothing against anybody being involved in them. It's just not something like, hey, I've created art.
It's 420 somewhere.
oh, but you know what? I bet you if my favorite musician puts something
No,
out,
it's
I might
probably
consider
not.
it.
As no time zone is off by
You were
23
saying,
minutes.
talking about in the digital world or an alternate universe right now. That
If you
there could be a 420
interpolate-
somewhere.
If
Yes.
if you interpolate between,
Yes, I agree, but
If you
no one.
believe in time travel,
What?
do you believe in time travel?
No. Well, I mean, as in that we travel forward in time continuously. Yes.
Okay.
So no one's coming. You don't believe anyone comes back? Nobody. Ever?
No.
Ever? Period. Point blank, straight. No.
Currently, no.
Right.
And I mean, and by the logic of currently no, then no, never. Zach, would you agree with that statement?
sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I said, do you not believe in time travel? I'm like, currently no, but based on that logic, if currently, then never. So no. Right? Like, all right, if time travel exists, come back to this moment.
Why would they pick this moment?
Well, I mean, because I would buy a trip to here to prove to myself it could happen.
Makes sense.
But
What if
it's
you
only a
don't-
future
But what
you
if-
can find
yeah.
reference to you saying,
Yeah.
so you have to find this Twitch video and it has to be online.
I mean, it is, and I have them saved forever. Or it's we're good.
Yeah, until,
But I mean,
Only
until,
Bezos will
until,
have it.
Okay,
until the internet changes and their format.
I'll
and stuff is
expand my experiment. Okay. I have a Facebook chat with myself. It's where I send myself things when I want to remember things. I'll know to look here. 11:58 December. Holy shit.
Merry Christmas.
What day is it today? 23rd?
Bro,
Right? 23rd?
I know it's a little early, but it probably won't be on there. So I'm just giving it to you.
2020.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
Come
Jared.
to
You are
this
welcome. You are
time
welcome.
to prove travel.
Let's see what it's at. I haven't opened it yet.
Thanks, bro.
I'm just trying to see if there's
Love.
some easy yet.
It's really funny trying to watch you guys open.
For once.
So
Thought I brought
come
this.
to this time travel. Thanks.
There we go.
Thank you, bro. What would you do? What would you do?
9:59.
Wait a second. What would you do if you
Want me
did
to open
that?
yours?
Right? And you literally got a 10.
Oh Jesus!
Merry Christmas, guys. I won't be here.
Oh,
Merry
thank you.
Christmas. So I just, yeah.
Oh, new part for the shot. Oh man, I want to play with them.
Yeah, the box is not the greatest, but,
Oh, it's perfect.
but yeah.
Oh, thanks. Buddy.
Oh,
nice.
you got the cool one.
What? Mac
No.
and Morty.
Nice.
Yeah, that's from Purge Planet.
Season 2. Yes.
Pretty cool. Kitchen.
What was yours?
You drew.
I'm
Yeah.
still in suspense.
Try not to get it open. Wait, and
Oh my
you
God.
just got Morty. Nice.
That's awesome.
You got Morty.
What?
Put it in front of the camera.
You know, it's like,
Thank you,
yeah.
Jared.
You're welcome. You're
Oh, yeah,
welcome.
I got put this. There is there is some camera too.
Morty.
Oh, Jesus.
Morty. I thought it was like claymation. We could almost make claymation like that. Make a little movie like
Well,
that.
I think that's the point of the style of the animation is that it's relatively simple.
I think so. But yeah.
Oh, I've got a couple of these where they like inside this side of the box
Yeah.
is a set piece.
Also, like you just open it.
Yeah, but then there's the whole do you open it?
Mm. It's up to you to decide.
I always end up opening everything if it's something like that.
I gotta, yeah, so his set piece will be like from here.
Okay.
He'll
Oh
stand
yeah,
there.
so they all you put them all together. Okay.
I have a Vader that has like generational that goes across, and
That's cool.
Vader's the one that comes with the stand.
Drew, I don't know if you noticed, I had Star Wars Legos on that
Center.
table
Oh, I didn't realize, man.
in front of you
Well,
yesterday.
Definitely.
Man, thanks so much for this.
Definitely. For
I
sure.
can't block the television. I gotta put it with the. Well, I got the puzzle right here.
So
We're gonna get we should do a night. You know, okay. Now we've accrued enough things. We have 2 games and a puzzle. Drew is gonna have to pick a night that he wants to eat some edibles, and you guys are gonna play chess.
Well, I'm down.
Do you play chess?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wicked.
okay, we'll play like free time.
Chess
But I
tournament.
played it, and I think it's cool. I think it's all right.
We're gonna have a chess
I
tournament.
like chess. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Marvel chess.
We'll pick at random
Marvel chess?
opponents.
Yeah.
And we'll play 1 game each, and the winners of those games will play each other.
I'm too
And
tired
the
of
final
Texas
will be
right
Zach
now.
and Ryan.
I'm down.
Because if we play each other, I'm guessing by how you're describing your
Oh.
play, if we play each other, it's going to end up being Zach versus one of us, and the second game's going to be real boring.
It's just like, oh shit.
I don't
But
know.
yes.
We'll see. I'm out of practice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played in a bit, but I do like chess. I do like chess, and the fact that it's Marvel chess, I'm down for that. 100%. 100.
So yes, we are going to do chess, and then we're going to play a game more really drugged out speed, which is a match game. You just have to
Speed round.
collect the cards.
Bam, bam. Speed round.
And then we'll put a puzzle together.
That's gonna be interesting.
That'll be a good episode night because we'll have nothing to do on Wednesdays from now on because there'll be no more Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And we still need we have to feel like it. Which
I was
okay,
on
so
it,
wait,
monkey.
wait,
Is
Wednesdays.
it good?
Wednesdays we'll go back
Monkey?
to the
Hit
cartoon.
Monkey's good.
Yeah.
Actually. Yes, it is.
The
But yes.
cartoon talk.
Yeah, Wednesdays we'll go back to the '90s cartoon talk,
Okay. All right.
which that's where Wednesday started before they started releasing Marvel properties.
Right.
every
So yes,
Wednesday.
we're gonna start analyzing the Madam Web stuff.
I
The,
think we should do the
Morbius
Morbius
talk about
cartoon.
these.
Yeah. First, just because he's coming.
No,
out
we're
in
gonna
February.
do the one we already watched. We'll
Yeah.
rewatch it and we'll do it.
No, I
and then-
agree.
Madam Web,
Personally,
yeah. Madam Web series, right? Yeah.
No, the
Which
one
one?
we've already
No.
done is the 6 Forgotten Soldiers.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yes.
A deeper cut,
Yeah.
a less well-known cut.
Haven't seen it?
I was gonna-
You haven't seen it yet?
Seen which?
No, he wasn't going to be. He. Well, originally he just. I don't think he did this.
Yeah.
I wasn't part of the Wednesday
But
thing.
now you're here twice a week, so you're out of there now.
No,
So you got to watch cartoons every week.
No, I don't want to do that.
So yeah, this is why he wasn't here for the cartoons. 'Cause he has no interest in.
Cartoons are so
But I mean,
good,
there's
though.
so many of the storylines that are
Stories?
coming out in the
Good
Marvel
stories.
universe that it's just a
X-Men
cool
97.
reference.
And then we always have something to talk about because you could fill me in on the gaps.
All right, so every Wednesday he'll show up here and we can tell him what happened.
That works.
That works.
That works.
Yeah, that's what the show should be called. Tells out what happened.
Hey, those
Hey,
nights you
Forbes,
can spend a little more
There's
time on the
spoilers, huh?
board instead of me,
That
and you can
works.
take care of the show.
That's true.
Which was
Forbes,
the original idea. You were going to be
You
off
spoiled
camera
that.
taking care of this stuff. Now you're on camera.
That
Ooh,
works.
we can get you your own camera and no mic.
Yeah.
You could be comptroller.
I can be the guy in the chair.
You can be the guy in the chair.
The guy on the chair.
And since right now I'm the guy in the chair, I'm
Everybody has the
failing.
guy in
We
the
have
chair.
someone new.
And the barber I love show. The beard growth.
Oh my god! Yeah, we
Somebody else has mentioned that before.
we got a bit of a gradient going on here. You're correct.
I think we'd have to swap you in
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have
yeah.
the maximum.
I'd have to move to the end for sure. Well, thank you for tuning in and noticing our facial hair.
Thank you.
I
Thank
totally
you.
forgot to shave today. That's why.
Tonight we are discussing a lot of spoilers about a lot of Marvel properties
Like
and where we
absolutely
think we're left with in the Marvel universe. Because the reality is we have a lot going on.
A lot.
And okay, so the trailer, the only real important part I'm going to tell you from the trailer that was the post-credit
the
scene
Doctor Strange trailer that says
is that he goes to
That's
Wanda
out. Everyone can see.
and Wanda turns around and says, "Listen, I know people are hurt and I'm trying," and he just stops her dead.
It's nothing.
As
close.
she's literally about to probably give some sort of
Like,
how I want you to go help them or how I'm trying to redeem myself. And he's like, I
I
don't
don't-
give a shit. I'm not
yeah,
here to talk about
basically,
that.
yeah, no.
I need your help, bitch. Let's go.
Basically, yeah, no.
Right.
This has nothing to do with that. I really don't
Yeah,
have
well,
Which,
you wanna know
okay,
the
more and
multiverse.
more, I feel like they're really painting Doctor Strange to be a really bad guy.
Well, they're leading up to Sorcerer Supreme, right? So I feel like they're obviously going to have that thing where
Wong is Sorcerer Supreme.
he ends up where he
That's
ends up-
crazy.
he is right now.
for
Yeah,
for
But he's
now.
doing a good job. He's
You know
he's
you know what's
Nick
gonna happen,
Fury
right?
and Sorcerer Supreme at once.
You know what's going to happen, right?
What?
They're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. They're going to make
That's a-
Strange kill Wong.
that's a
That's going to
good
be his
theory.
dark moment where he takes
Oh,
over
well, I don't
Sorcerer
know about
Supreme.
that.
I think that's what I think.
Well, bite your tongue, motherfucker.
I think that's what I think.
What is wrong with you?
I think he might. I don't want him dead. I just think that's where they're leading to. Because if he's Sorcerer
We
Supreme,
just lost May.
I know
We
I
just
know,
lost
I
May.
know,
How
but-
dare you?
That's exactly what someone who wanted Wong dead would say.
Wow! I love Wong. Don't let this guy. Hey, I'm a Wong fan. Okay,
I like Wong too. He's
Wong,
pretty good.
Wong's pretty cool.
Why are you just trying to put another pasty white guy in power?
Hey, and Shang-Chi.
Wong for president.
The post-credit taken of karaoke.
So I watch
Oh man.
how it should have ended,
Yeah.
and like now every one that they do, one of them is just Wong shows up and like cuts something's head off and done. Like Wong is now how everything
Oh
should
yeah,
have
well
ended to them.
that's yeah.
And like he is like Wong's one of my favorite parts of the MCU right
Wong's
now.
pretty funny.
He's funny. He's
Yeah.
intelligent.
He pops up random times, doing random things.
You'd want to
He
hang out
can
with
beat
them.
the
Right?
shit out of it. He makes
Definitely
Abomination
right.
beat himself up.
Right? That was.
He's friends with Abomination.
Yeah,
I know.
that's true.
Where's that going? Right? Like,
That.
and see again, post credits involving Wong. Fucking tell me something.
He likes Beyonce.
Right. Oh, that was funny.
No, that was the first movie.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm just saying he's been consistently good throughout.
That's funny.
But I mean, every post credit involving Wong has given some information. Why was it Wong should have been in this post credit?
Those free bottles on the side were so fucking good.
Oh, Wong was a cameo there.
why
There
aren't
was
they
another just
including
cameo.
those?
One line, throwaway, gone.
That was pretty funny when he literally came in. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We could go. You can leave, or fucking karaoke."
That was actually a great post credit series.
That was pretty.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say earlier, I was still stuck on it for so long. Is there a requirement for anything to have a post credit? And if so, what's the requirement? Like, what's the criteria where you've done it 3 times in a row, so you owe us now? I don't think there should be any requirement. They're never obligated to include it.
But like, the problem is,
You just really like it, and you.
I don't
Of
understand
course.
the question. What do you mean? What's the requirement? Like
I feel like the fact
length
that
of
they,
feature,
like,
or,
I feel like they set they set
or
the
what it
tone
should say.
with the fact that they were like, "Oh, we're doing this." Like,
What's the
we're
rule
adding
that's
this.
making you say they need to put in a
The
post?
fact
Like,
that they've
what
been,
level
the fact
of-
that they've done it so much, that's why I feel like, well, now you've cemented it in there. Now it's a staple.
So
It's
I am
just-
Disney's
that's what I look
lawyer
at. That's
saying,
how I look at it. That's
We
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
write down this contract. What is so much? Let's hash that out.
The
That's what I'm
fact
trying to
that
do
it
with
was
you.
in
No, and
every
I- no, and
single
I-
property with the exception of Endgame. That is the only other property without a post credit. And I mean,
That's
again,
part of the
you can-
MCU specifically.
I don't want to have this conversation. Like, why is the lawyer involved right now? You're
Because
supposed to be a fan.
I love to try to define these things because I don't agree with the premise they should be required.
Well, let's
And
be
by
real,
trying to
nothing
get you to
has-
pin it down, I can kind of show that
Nothing-
it's hard to. You can't really define it. in
Nothing.
any sort of way.
Nothing's
Otherwise,
obviously you have.
anyone-
You don't have to have it. Yes, but once
I'm
you've
being a
done
dick.
once you've done something so often, and now everybody's like,
Yes.
we are. This is what, especially when you're like I said, like you said, basically Endgame makes sense. You're ending an era. You're ending a chapter, right? So it makes sense that you wouldn't have one. But because for everything else, it's kind of leading into other things because they've done that, and now we're just used to the fact that hey, things are leading into things. Tidbits kind of lead this way, that way. Without a tidbit, we're like, okay, well, it throws it off in a sense because we're so used to it. Like, so it's not, oh, you have to do it. No. But you've done it so often, it's like when you don't do it, it's weird.
Okay, so here,
I
I'll
hear
give you an
what you're
example.
saying.
That's
If-
all it is. Like,
if-
it's
At the end of the film, it just would have been Doctor Strange walking up to Wanda, and that scene end. That's a post credit scene. Having the full feature trailer with trailer credits, and it comes out like exactly a week after the movie comes out. No, not less than a week. It came out on Tuesday. So like exactly like 2 days less, so like 5 days after the film, it just came out as a trailer. So I mean, no, that feels robbery. It makes it feel cheap. These things are, and that's the other side of it is these things are also supposed to be things that you only get if you go see the movie.
I guess I see all your points, but I'm still at the
And final
like,
point being, you know how I feel about paying Disney, and and he'll attest that I make a point to pay Disney. And Thanos is right. But I make a point to pay Disney because I want to put the input that I think Marvel's doing a good job. Not that they need my money by any means, but that's how you vote for things in reality is with money. And I go pay money to go
okay.
see that film. I don't want that post like that again. That's yeah, you're right. It's a private little thing between me and Marvel that I went and paid for.
So it's become part of the experience
Yes.
now
Of the audience.
in your mind, and you're letting their marketing team.
Yeah,
know
so
that.
this is keep me to the lifestyle I've become accustomed.
Okay, I just couldn't help viewing it as, like I said, the liquor bottle with the extra bottle, and you're complaining that it's not there. And it's like, hey, you're buying the bottle, not the thing. But
No, I'm buying an
the
experience.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so don't switch up my experience halfway through, basically.
Yeah. And this is that trailer,
but
especially
then
just because
knowing
Marvel
that-
just dropped it.
See,
Not
then-
even a different trailer. Like it's not even a different cut.
Yeah,
it is like
it's the exact
beat for
same.
beat
But
identical.
this is a case that they know that I know, so they know there's that expectation. So then that's a conscious move on their part as well.
And I know. Oh, I've totally thought of that too. Like maybe in their minds, they're like, you know what? Let's just give them more. Let's give them a whole trailer. That's good, but I mean, I'm gonna get 9 versions of that trailer, further cheapening that post-credit scene. And I mean, I guess maybe we should all watch all the way to the credits more, but I mean, don't have to. Like I don't have to watch the credits. I watch all the credits. I pick out names halfway through, and then there's nothing, and that's irritating.
Yeah, I guess I think it probably boils down to they have some analytics machine that crunches it and goes, okay, skip it on these ones, and this will maximize profits somehow.
But they've never skipped it.
Didn't what did Falcon have as a final? Did it have something?
Yeah, he goes and talks to Bradshaw. Elijah.
Did Widow have one?
Yeah, the tombstone scene with Yolanda and Val.
Man, you know this stuff. God damn.
Literally the only movie that does not have an end credit scene. And I'll say it again. Is Endgame. And it still kind of does because you get the ting, which is just more referential to the ending of Iron Man and beginning of New. But a lot of us read it in that time of it means Iron Wars, which it kind of did, but it didn't in that moment. It was more just Iron Man's done.
Yeah.
The sound that begun him is the sound that ended him. The ting. So the last Guardians movie had 5.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And in fact, I said
Number 2 had that many? I've seen it. I like that movie.
Yeah, there's the Groot clean your room scene.
Well, don't tell me. I'll probably watch it.
The
tonight,
Adam
then.
scene.
I'm not listening. Follow time.
I can't remember them all, but yeah, there's like 5.
Follow time.
Sounds good.
The voicemail.
Yes.
Also,
Also,
What an asshole.
The
Oh,
Yondu's.
the good to be back together with the original
I don't
actual
wanna know
comic book
these.
characters
Yes.
with Miley Cyrus.
I'm gonna
That was-
smoke this in my
that
brain.
was-
Hey, there's a kid. Miley Cyrus is in there.
Yeah, that was a little bit. That's mouth.
She's the hands.
Hannah Montana?
Into the
Yes.
life, the smoking mirror.
She's the hands.
Is what?
You see her as a character
Oh.
during it. She's a Ravager. You never see Hannah Montana. You don't see Miley Cyrus. It's just a set of hands. But it does magic like Miss Doctor Strange.
Thumbs up.
I fucked it up.
Okay, I don't want it. Okay, I want a little bit of fresh air after I hit. Can you please stop blowing smoke across the table? Like, I would like a breath of fresh air right after I hit a bottom.
Oh, so you try to breathe in the bottom, and then you don't like the fact that you breathe out and then you breathe in more.
I am
And you're
on your
trying to-
side every time.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Well, no, I don't mind the room being
He
hot
has-
box, but when I have to breathe
Good
in
point.
his full exhale right afterwards, I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a little much, right? It's a little
Yeah.
much. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, he's expecting a breath of fresh air and he couldn't get it.
That's what I gathered from that.
Okay, I don't know. That's the second person to put that. I don't know what that means, or am I just dumb?
What?
You're a Twitch guru.
VOLT? That probably means something I should.
VOAFYL.
Say it again. VO.
AFYL. I don't know what that means. But it's the second person to post it in here.
Hey, Georgina Clark, how's it
And-
going?
When the first person posted, I asked what it meant and they didn't answer.
Are you sure you're. I don't see an A.
VOAFYL.
Give me an
Oh,
A. Give me an F.
It's just
Give me
VOA
a Y. Give
FYI.
me an L.
Oh, I.
FYI. Okay.
There we go.
For your information, that's what that is.
So what's the VOA mean?
So the VOA is.
I don't know the information being purveyed.
Yeah, just the youngest here. He should know the lingo better than us.
Why would I know the lingo better than anybody else?
No
we're,
idea.
We're old.
I have a whole family. Bro.
What?
I'm out here just partying up with the youngins. Like, by all means, man.
So-
I'm pretty much old too.
Sure.
I got a question for everybody. Does Kingpin still own New York? Has he been like by the end of this, his gang's pretty well beat up. They're all going to be half passed out, so they're going to get rounded up as the attack.
I think he has
So-
more than that. Well, I think maybe
I mean, there's a lot of guys that showed
He has-
up there, so
yeah,
like I mean,
he
a
has-
good
I think he
majority are
has-
going to be arrested.
Yeah, but I think he has more behind it too, though. Like not just the suits. I think he has more.
His number
other
2 is
other
dead.
gangs in his pocket as well.
Oh, I agree.
This is just the gang that he chose to be like, okay, deal with this. You know what I mean? I feel like it's one of those things.
But
As if owning New York,
is he still the big boss? Is there now a power vacuum struggle for the gangs of New York? Like,
maybe we're gonna get introduced to Tombstone and those guys.
I mean, okay,
Tombstone,
so with
'cause
Charlie
Tombstone
Cox,
he was a right hand man.
with Charlie Cox coming in, I like not just as a cameo,
Yeah.
as Daredevil known to be as part of properties coming. I mean, we might just get some more local Hell's Kitchen thuggery and gangery for a while, leading into, I'm guessing, where She-Hulk comes from.
Bullseye. Could you get Bullseye? Bullseye's a villain.
Yes, but again, there's no Daredevil property slated. It's just
But Iron Fist is coming too. And it's not the guy from Netflix, the New York person.
you said that, but I couldn't find that leak. I'm looking. I want to find that leak because I want to read the article because I can't believe that would mean that
Drew, you heard this?
For which?
they've
Iron
opened
Fist?
they've
This is not the guy from Netflix, right?
they leaked
I think you were the one that told me
they're
that,
casting a
Iron Fist.
different Iron Fist.
I think they are. They are.
Yeah.
I
Or is
don't
that your
know.
opinion?
I don't.
or-
I think. I think. No. Yeah. I didn't verify that.
Because I
I think I've seen it, but I didn't.
I just don't think they're
verify
going to
that
touch
that was-
Iron Fist right now.
Well, yeah, because they have Shang-Chi right now, right? They don't want to trample on it. You know what I mean? They'll probably want
Maybe.
to feel out, get his story fully out, and once he's out and established, they may be.
Yeah,
introduced
they
to-
might want to walk away. They might want to watch themselves on whitewashing a character right
Oh,
after
yeah. Oh yeah.
releasing.
Right.
That's true.
Definitely.
Yeah, like
That one.
although
yeah, I don't know.
like I wouldn't see why they wouldn't just like if they're going to keep Charlie Cox. I think over time they're just going to recast. They're just going to cast everyone.
Oh, voiceover actors.
Right? Like
Who are not seen by the public. VOA. I think that's what that is. Via voiceover actor for your information. Maybe. I don't know from what I'm looking at.
That's probably part of the conversation relevant at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
And then we
stoners,
probably- and then
damn.
and then we probably we saw it after.
But I mean,
that, so.
for it to be spelled and capitalized identically by both people.
I wasn't able to find any reference to anything obvious.
I'm so lost now. It's called a brain pimple. You've caused one. But
I just want to hear you say, I could do this all day.
Oh, Rogers.
It gets in your head. It's so good. Oh, the magic word.
David Arquette's Spike is the definitive
Oh,
Spike.
okay. I'm sorry.
It's what I don't like. Okay, listen. I thought the musical was fucking awesome in the second episode or in the first episode with his kids when he turns off the thing. It pounds.
Colin Wing's coming in. That means I'm bringing in Iron Fist.
See?
Huh?
To the MCU.
What are you talking about?
You were looking for an article of something. He was
Oh,
a rumor. Breaking news. A rumor of a screenshot of a Twitter post.
no, it's Colin Wing. Colin Wing is,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that'd be really cool. Like, so yeah, so it's pretty much saying that they're already looking at the actors from Netflix still. So, yeah,
Well, yeah, which they verified. We're bringing Charlie
Cox in
They
and
brought in Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Vincent
Oh, yeah.
D'Onofrio.
So I mean, like,
Yeah.
right?
What?
They've already brought in 2 major characters from Netflix. It doesn't make sense that they just start hand picking recasts. So they're either going to let the characters die, just let the characters be for right now until much longer recast, or they're going to just use the actors from the original, or they're just not going to touch those storylines.
Sure.
It might be a weird, some episodes are canon, some aren't. The big thing is if they make S.H.I.E.L.D. canon. Like if Coulson shows up in a
that'd be
that would have been, oh my god,
yeah.
Coulson showing up in a post credit,
because they could definitely, because they would be able to bring in the Inhumans at that point. They'd be able to bring in.
But Coulson's been doing multi-dimensional travel for like 4 seasons.
Yeah,
they're like World of
About
Tomorrow
Kree.
level with interdimensional
Kree.
travel.
but the thing is, like, that was supposed to be canon.
Well, it was
Legends of
was
Tomorrow.
canon
Legends.
until Civil War. No, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just went, yeah, we don't care. And they're like, wait, you just destroyed our whole organization. What are we supposed to do with our writing? So on and so forth.
What's the legend?
Jesus. Your singing is so well shielding. Like you're just a ninja. Oh oh, we're just getting silly at this point, which is fine. That's what we do. But I guess as we're hitting, we can photo time and spoilers.
Sorry, I had to listen to my coughing.
Oh, really?
I'm speaking to our viewers.
Zach was really worried about spoilers, so I made a splash screen about
On
spoilers.
the camera. Yeah. What are you doing?
I just wanted to make sure volume was fine.
I liked in Spider-Man how they basically kind of just like didn't really answer it, but they kind of made it funny, like how Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man just just it's like it just comes out of you. Does it
Did you
just come
catch
out of
Andrew
it? Just-
Garfield going, "Ew, gross"?
on his
When
face,
he
he
rubs
gets
it
it in the face. He's like,
like,
oh,
oh, yeah.
that was funny. That was funny. He's like, ew, ew. Gets hit in the face. That was funny.
I'm not sure of the point of this, but I'll allow it.
Well, I sent everyone the link, which I'll start sending you the link. I just don't think do I have your email?
Well, gotta do
No,
a bongo
like-
for the camera. Do it for the gram.
You gotta hit a bongo. Did your phone just stand up straight?
Really? Oh,
It's a
well,
new Samson or something. They got different wheels and deals and
it's got an anti-gravity
you-
field.
meals on wheels.
It's Stoned Ricky. All right, you're the star.
All right, everybody. Over the plate and to the left.
I don't even know what you're singing. You just you get it. You want everyone to smoke to the left. Hey, he threw a force bubble just like Neo. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna because I kept justifying it before, and I'm gonna stop justifying it now. And now we're gonna talk about the bad points of the Matrix.
All right.
Okay, and one of my first and foremost problems is Morpheus
hang on,
pissed
hang
me
on,
off the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we should switch that just because we've been sticking with the Marvel stuff, and at least we have a safe crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we will.
Let's do Hawkeye.
Well, I mean, you want to talk about the problems in Hawkeye?
Sure.
I actually think the episode was pretty well done. I know what they wanted to accomplish. Like, I had an idea of what they wanted to accomplish, so I think they accomplished it. I think they did a good job. And I think what they were attempting to accomplish was passing a torch and giving some final training to the new Hawkeye.
Which I feel like it's going to be like even season 2. That's going to be the premise. She's gonna do something. They're gonna talk. She's gonna go back to the farm. He's gonna help her with this, or give her some advice. Then she's gonna go do.
Yeah, she'll have to bring
it's
him
gonna
in
be-
for a cameo.
And it's
at
gonna
some
be
point.
like a whole.
You all right?
Yeah.
You getting close to falling asleep yet? You ever find the ironic part of you trying to get other people high is that you keep hitting it twice as much, so you end up falling asleep?
Usually I'm the one that gets the highest.
But yeah, you're right. I think there's going to be there'll be a callback to him having to come clean up a mess, or just even, or maybe Laura.
Well, yeah, because now we
Agent
know.
19.
Yeah, right. We
Mockingbird.
know. Right. So.
I forgot the name earlier. We had to look it up.
Well, wait, she's Mockingbird. I thought.
Yeah,
Agent
remember he
Carter.
gave
I thought it was
her.
Agent- I thought it was Agent Carter.
No, she said thank you for my watch back, and underneath
No,
it, had
I know
number
it's 19. No, I remember.
And I couldn't
now.
remember. I'm like, I couldn't
That
remember the
makes
name of
sense.
what the agent was, and I'm like,
So who is Lady Hawk?
Lady Hawk?
Yeah,
did you
remember
not Google this yet?
Kate Bishop
That's
throws out some names.
yeah, because those are names that for her name, right? That she was like saying, "Hey, let's." She's like saying, "Hey, let's pick." So I feel
Oh,
like
man, I'm
those
very
are just
high
those
on
are just
BB.
names.
You
They're probably
should follow it.
probably different variations, right? Like I feel like that's like if you look throughout, like there's certain things where like reference, right? Like
Listening to Drew.
that's what I think anyway. Like that's pretty much what those were. Those names that she threw out were
I'm
like
so
different
high.
versions, maybe of her, or potential, like I said, potential names for her,
All right,
her
hey,
superhero
everybody.
name, not just Kate Bishop, right? Hey.
Yeah, Lady Hawk is Rosetta Morgan. Zach,
Okay.
she's a character from Earth 982.
Oh, so well, it's just strange that she mentioned that name for applied.
Well, no,
to
she
herself.
probably named every character with the word Hawk in it throughout Marvel, and maybe one of them is probably even a DC character, which great DC call out in Spider-Man,
What?
Yeah.
Flashpoint.
Oh yeah.
Flashpoint. Yeah.
Like,
That's funny.
I don't know if that's a props or hey,
Hmm.
we did Flashpoint
Yeah.
before you just as a joke, but
Oh, you
either
ready for
way,
Flashpoint?
it
It's
was
coming
fun
today.
and I'm glad they
I
did
don't
it.
know anything about it coming up.
Flashpoint?
Is the
Yeah.
trailer come out yet? It's coming in
I
February.
mean, no. Okay, let's talk about this. Is another annoyance
that?
in current trailers
This trailer.
is that they were so that they and they're right because we got excited about a cell phone picture slid across the table.
Well,
But I
you
mean-
got very excited, but
I wasn't alone. But my point is that DC put out on whatever
I'm
DC's
not
day
gonna watch
is.
it right now.
No, it's not a trailer. Don't show it to him. It's not a trailer. You know it's not a trailer. You saw it. We saw it together.
The Venom thing.
Remember? At Shang-Chi? It was like, hey, we didn't have enough footage to do any of this, or
This
this.
is
And then
2
it's,
months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, like they literally give you like nothing. And they might have put something else out now, like this was months ago.
This is 2 months.
But yeah, I'm tired of I think it'll be a good movie though.
This is
I just think they're gonna try and
100%
retcon some shit, and you know what? Maybe it'll be a good reset film. We didn't think Spider-Man was gonna be a reset film.
Oh, turn it.
Yeah. Jeez.
I'm not gonna watch this.
Yeah, we don't want to watch it right now. We'll watch it later. Just what?
Right. You boys.
We are still live, eh?
Bongo
What do we call
Bongo sound?
You want a bomb?
it? Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna have a dab?
Well, since I didn't mean to kill the conversation earlier, and since it did die, I think we might talk about Matrix for a little bit, and then we might.
I still think we should just leave that one off.
Yeah.
Or you just don't want to have any more bad feelings about it.
Yeah. He.
That too,
He
but-
already went from a 9 to a 6. He
It's
doesn't
a
want to go down to
completely-
4.
To spring in something else when we've already got.
What did you think of it, Drew? Did you like the Matrix?
I liked it. Yeah, definitely. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
He's
you
getting the
know,
Matrix Bond.
I think we've come to the realization. Well, Barry
No, we're sticking to the.
could
Marvel
attest.
stuff.
Oh,
Does it say Matrix
Never
Bond?
mind.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, does
but
it say
yes,
Matrix
Marvel.
Bond?
Sorry, back on
Yes.
track. Marvel.
Matrix Bond.
Hawkeye. I think
The musical was the best
Where can they
part.
find
Hawkeye.
the Matrix Bond for the fans?
LiquidChrome.com.
but yes, Hawkeye.
All right.
I feel like it's gonna take it to.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get a second season of Hawkeye specific, are we? I think we're getting Echo, and then I think Hawkeye. I think we're just going to start. Just think about it. What was Hawkeye's role before this show? Kind of the glue in the background of the Avengers, right? I think Kate Bishop's going to take a much more active, loud role in the next version of the Avengers. But I don't think that necessarily means she has to have more feature-length properties or TV shows. I think she'll show up in Echo probably to help her.
Yeah.
And I think she'll be in other properties, but maybe we'll get a season 2. But I think her season 2 will actually be on the big screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll see her on the big screen before we see her on the unless it's in Echo. I think we'll see her on the big screen before we see another season of Hawkeye.
Okay.
Not saying there won't be another season, but I think her next endeavor will be big screen
I agree. Yeah.
outside of Echo.
It was a pretty good show, so it was a pretty big property. I agree with that.
Although the weird part is they have not actually announced any technical large Avengers movies yet. They keep announcing more and more properties, but they haven't actually given us, hey, this is the next big, the next phase shifting event.
Yeah, after Spider-Man, Doctor Strange?
Yeah, Doctor Strange would be the one, the catalyst. I think that's gonna be like.
I know, but Civil War isn't an Avengers movie still. It's still just a Captain America movie, no matter how many people are in it. And Doctor Strange will still be just a Doctor Strange movie. They still have not announced anything that sets us to know when our next gangbusters, big ass, or is just every film going to be this now?
I feel like they're doing this. They're doing this right now, and then it's like probably closer to maybe even Fantastic Four, maybe.
No, I think we're gonna get
closer to Fantastic Four. Like I feel like it's going to be something where it leads up to
What'll it be called?
or introducing them.
Do you think it'll be an Avengers movie?
I don't know.
Like
Maybe.
to do Silver Surfer?
Maybe because maybe it might step on because remember Dr. Reed, he's always messing with certain
He's definitely
things, right?
a level 5.
And he's obviously he's dealt with different portals and whatever. So that might even be a thing where they reach in, they get a portal, and then they're like, oh,
Is there a way?
what's this? And then they feel like there's another
He's
universe
definitely
where
a level.
Galactus is the last
Where they're
being that survived from the last universe, bonded with the essence of the last universe to become the ever hungry being he is, the planet devourer.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get that story? with the
But
Silver
I
Surfer?
mean, yes, he's an event. He's a collective threat that they have to deal with together.
so he's
but
a
I
colossal
mean,
villain, then, right?
Who's that'd be okay. So think about the change where kind of who we think is the bad guy isn't the bad guy anymore, right?
Do you know Colossus?
Agatha's a good guy, yet still wanting us to go. So
Yeah,
maybe
Silver
we
Surfer.
might start seeing more and more bad
No,
guys,
Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. Maybe we'll get a Galactus film instead of
Galactus.
Where-
We're gonna be getting a new
instead of having an Avengers movie, we
new
get a
retelling
Galactus
of
film
the
or a
2000.
maybe.
I hope they do it right.
Yeah, I agree. I think they will. I think they learned a lot since the early 2000s, right?
But of course, remember, guys,
We
There's just-
like to think, anyways.
There's just never been a
Thanos was
good,
their night.
never been a good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
there has been
The
two
first
made
two.
now. It's
the first one.
the '94.
Hey, I liked them both at the time. I enjoyed them.
You
I
like
never
them.
liked any of them.
So, can I tell you about
I
a
like
film called Green Lantern?
Here we go.
You can buy an NFT of Green Lantern.
NFT of Green Lantern. Nobody
I
would
think I'm
buy
gonna
that.
make myself a Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern shirt.
There you go. There's an NFT.
Oh, did you guys pick movies besides my pick, The Nines?
That one's slated in.
I think. Wow. Should I wait to see your pick?
We make all our shirts we're wearing too. So if you guys need a Marvel shirt made, let me and Barry know.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff.
Send a message
Send a message. Where are we sending everything to?
to the channel.
And if you go to liftofthechance.com and check out the Stay Lifted merch area, you can buy this shirt.
That's
The Stay
it.
Lifted Hawkeye shirt. Yeah, I was going to jokingly pick Buffy because it's actually a really good movie.
Can we please pick a movie that's not 30 years old?
No, but I think instead of movies for our movie night Monday, maybe we do all the games.
Which games?
The
Chess.
puzzle, chess, and the matching game.
I'm not sure what the. Do you have a Marvel matching game
Yes.
as well? Memory matching?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Like flashcards?
It's No, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like
It's kind of like the Where's
Um,
Waldo.
So yeah,
What?
next Monday
Where's Waldo?
we'll just have a
It's-
whole
you
bunch
get, like,
of
a
Marvel
card and
fun.
They're like hidden images around, and you find that exact image and
We'll see where the conversation
Oh.
goes, and we'll play
like
some
kind of
games.
Waldo, and then you get that card if you buy
So
it for
chess tournament, and then we'll put together a puzzle,
Zach
and
is
then
going
when we're
down.
right good and stone,
Probably.
we'll play the childish, like the really really young game.
Yeah, I think that'll be sick on the table when we do the next Marvel.
That'll
the
be
whole thing.
yeah. So next Monday, it'll be like when we open. It'll be like opening gifts on Christmas morning. That'll be the Christmas special. Will be the games that we play.
The hungover Christmas special.
We need to get James to give us 3 Christmas balls.
4.
4 Christmas balls. You're
Christmas
doing this.
ball.
All right, so we're
Christmas.
now just.
Okay, do the commercial, and
James
Dude
will
needs
be
to learn what it is.
sponsoring the next episode, whether he likes it or not.
So yeah, I like to wake up to Chocolate Bombs by Skeleton Crew. When I wake up in the morning, this is what I like to wake up with. Mr. Wake and Bake, Happy Bongos, and Chocolate Bombs by Skeleton Crew.
So yeah, next Monday we're going to be playing Marvel chess and some other Marvel stuff. I'm sure we'll find a couple other things.
Oh yeah, definitely don't look out.
Now would be the hunt for Marvel crap on. Oh, we're gonna have to go see Jake. Maybe Fun Zone might have to also sponsor. Luckily, we have friends that have this stuff. You know, Fun Zone games and comics.
Oh, that works.
Yep. Well, we've had a restriction put on us on the Matrix topic, and I think we've covered Marvel pretty well for the evening.
Yes.
There's we're left with a lot of precarious things, and there's going to be a lot more to analyze as we go. There's going to be many more viewings of the Matrix and Spider-Man,
Oh.
and I think a full reviewing of Hawkeye. Between now and the next time we see you, because there'll be a very hungover Boxing Day, I'm sure, or Christmas Day for some people, as there's going to be a really fun party. Zach will be at Blackoutness. I doubt getting blacked out. But one
Oh,
more bongo time for the road.
Right.
I do have a full-sized Jägermeister bottle, half full of Jaeger, and I'm just bringing that like my 2 liter.
There you go. So sleeping at Keegan's that night.
I will be going late. I've arranged with Mike to go late,
Why not?
and then I can pass out for a while if I need to, and then come back in the morning for the dog.
All right, everybody. Well, it's been very fun.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you soon. And yeah, stay tuned and stay lifted.